Eons ago, during the age of the Magi, the world was something other. Magic is all that there was and all that was needed. Legend states that a cataclysmic event brought a great frozen age to the world of Lacrin, and soon after, a new era dawned. Though they say the ancient magics of the Magi still lie buried and lost, scattered around the world, lie in wait for those with the courage to wield it to discover. Welcome to the world of Lacrin and the continent of Thelmecia. Noble knights, roaming orcs, mischievous goblins, and idyllic wondrous lands, just waiting to be explored. Now, a new peril aspires to plunge Thelmecia into despair once more, but not before a few unheard-of heroes take their chance at triumph. Welcome to Tablestory, Darkfire.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Tablestory's Darkfire.
You almost did it again.
I did almost do it again, I really did.
Almost did it again.
I fucking hell,
Almost
man.
did what? Said
Said
Fractured Worlds?
You almost
Yeah.
said Fractured Worlds.
I don't know why, I don't know why.
Welcome to. Because it's the way
because
you
we-
said it, you went. You always go,
yeah.
welcome to Fractured Worlds.
Well, it's because we were just talking about Sacred Flame! And yeah. And it got it in my head.
Sounded like a sanguine voice.
Sanguine. Let me check my little box here. Dice.
I thought you were gonna ask us
Do
to
you
marry him.
remember, like, this whole campaign, I haven't been able to find my dice. They were in this Square Enix products box. Look.
Oh.
Yeah. They were just in there
That's cool.
the whole time. I have them now. I finally have dice. So you guys are fucked, because I've been playing this whole thing, like, kind of a little bit handicapped.
I like it
Now
so
I-
much more on the screen.
My hands are unbound now. Honestly, the main reason I roll most dice off screen is because
Faster.
it's faster. It takes so fucking long to sit and trying to DM, be like, this is happening and this is happening and this is happening, and then sitting there and be
Also,
like,
it's fun.
/R1d6.
Ooh.
I genuinely don't care about most of the
Man,
other.
first world fucking problems, huh?
I don't care about whether,
Legit.
because I know that I don't fudge dice. I don't care whether it's on the screen or not. I just think this is faster. But
You know any DMs who do fudge dice?
yeah, loads of people do it. Loads of people do it and openly do it because they think it's more fun for things like
Entertainment.
for shows. Yeah, so like you can kind of fudge a lot of stuff to make it more interesting. Like if you're in a fight with a fucking dude underwater and I'm fudging the rolls to make it more epic, that's like why they do it, which is fine kind of, but I kind of think, well, that's what TV's for, you know, like to have it written and stuff.
I would feel upset. I'd be bummed if I
I
found
wouldn't
that.
like that.
I
It
just don't see the
depends
point.
Sometimes,
Kind of.
There we go.
Yeah.
it depends. I've honestly, in my whole like 5+ years of almost 6 now of DMing, I think I've only done it like twice. Like, and it was just because it was a show and it was like a boss or something, and I'm like, well, it's kind of a letdown if like they just like crit 3 times in a row and like killed the boss in a heartbeat. Like they're gonna be upset like if they killed it that fast. Like it's-
Right.
Not
Yeah.
me. Not me. If I kill a boss that fast, I'm good. I'm done with it.
You guys did do that. You guys did do that in
I don't gotta
Fractured
think
Worlds.
about it anymore.
My number one proof that I don't fudge dice rolls is Fractured Worlds when you killed the main boss. Like
Wow. Okay.
third of the way
I
through.
hate you.
Yeah.
Every
This is about like the classic. Everyone knows this. This is famous. This is a famous
we
story.
ruined something for her. She's like watching Fractured Worlds back, and we ruined something for her
This
every
is the
time.
most. This is the most famous story of all time.
It's turning into a meme. This happens every
such
episode.
a so famous. I don't even know how you haven't heard me tell this story, PB.
Because I mute you when you start talking about the show
Alright,
I'm
well, mute
watching.
me. Ready? 3,
No.
2. All right. Well, they kill the fucking main boss.
Okay, I am gonna mute you. How do I mute you?
Maximum
know what
proof.
I mean.
'Cause it undid my entire fucking show. Undid everything. But I was like, no, they fucking rolled that dice, and that's how it goes. But yeah, people fudge those dice rolls. I'm a fan of the board game element of D&D. I say it a lot. We talk about it a lot. I actually enjoy the fact that it's kind of half a board game, half a show to watch. Like, that's why it's fun. The dice rolls and the chaos of the dice rolls is extremely fun to me, regardless of whether it impacts my story negatively or what I want to happen kind of in the back of my head. I don't give a fuck. You know, if I roll a 1, I roll a 1. If I roll a 20, I roll a 20. So, yeah, I generally don't fudge dice rolls. The only time I do it is if it's the fucking end of the show and you guys are just swinging and fucking... and you've won the fight, and I just want to end it because I'm like,
yeah, that's really, I think that's like the only other time I've done it was straight up when it was just like, okay, it's obvious that this guy's dead.
Gonna win.
Yeah. Take like another 5 to 10 minutes or something. Like,
yeah,
let's
it's a
just
waste
wrap
of
it up.
time. I was just like, and you smack him in the face. The only time that freaks me out sometimes is if you're like, there's like a bunch of them around and you've killed like 3 of them and they had like 35 HP, but then this last one clearly only had 5. Just because I'm like, just fucking just hit him. As soon as you hit, I'm like, he is dead. You've done it. Congratulations. Like,
I've gotten that hint from Brad now. He's like, just hit him, and I'm always like, there was a part of me for a long time that was like, is he trolling me?
No. I just,
No, I'm just like, no, just hit him.
You can tell when you've won, kind of things, and it's a waste of time. It's wasting everyone's time. Rather get on with it, or like sometimes we're running over and stuff, and I'm like, oh man, people got shit to do.
There's also that there's also that time where I feel like the difference is the actual dice versus just trying to wrap shit up for a show. You know, there's a big difference there. Like I've never done a dice roll and it was like, oh, that's a crit, you know, like, and it wasn't a crit. I've never done that.
Yeah.
It's weird because there's like a meme in like IRL D&D that I didn't know about, but like, because I follow a bunch of meme pages that are D&D memes specific. This is a super niche fucking thing, but there are memes that come out about like, you know, the Doubt meme, the LA Noire X Doubt meme.
Yes.
There's like so many of those where it's like, when your player natural 20 crits 3 times in a row and deals an extra 4d6 damage or whatever, and like the DM doubt thing, and I'm like, whoa, man, yeah, people must lie about that all the time when they roll their own dice in fucking somewhere else or whatever.
Usually when you're in person, it's like on the table, everybody can see it.
Yeah, or I've seen a lot of shows where they do it. They don't use Roll20, they just do it all theory of the mind, but they roll.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't know that. Wow.
I would never fucking trust you people. I would never trust you in pinnacle moments.
I wouldn't trust myself. I'm going to be completely honest.
It's a big difference between a character that you're playing and you love and is your one character, and a DM's fucking millions of NPC characters.
I would never die, that's for sure.
It's one of those things where you're like, oh, my death saving throw is a natural 20 again. Oh, yes, I've stood up and I do a Kamehameha.
Sorry.
I feel like that takes all the fun out of your character's arc, though, and your character's story. Like, if your character's gonna die, it's like part of the magic.
Yeah,
I don't know.
There's a lot
That's
of
just
different
weird.
players.
Death is magic.
There is a lot of different
Magic
people that sit down at the
death.
table.
I
and a
can't
lot of
tell if you're
different types of
patronizing
players.
me or not, Whack. I'm that tired. So you can. Cool.
You can fuck off. Like, what? Whoa.
What? I didn't say that.
No, I know.
Okay.
We read your mind.
Your mind has been reddened. Talking of reading, let me.
I don't even know what that means.
Let's begin. Let us begin.
Can I roll a hit dice, Brad?
All right, yeah. So Drift actually leveled up, which is amazing because it really ties in well with him getting extra power. So roll a hit die. He is level 4 now. He
Crazy.
has you get an extra spell.
Yep. Extra
known,
cantrip.
Extra spell known, and an extra cantrip.
Are you gonna tell us what you're?
More HP, baby.
You get 7 more HP. You get and you get an ability score improvement. So that's +1 to any 2 things, or +2 to
Or a
something.
feat.
Or a feat. You could take a feat.
Oh
if
my
you want
god!
some
I
good-
cannot wait till
You
the
get an extra
next
foot?
level.
I want an extra
Ooh,
foot.
okay.
You already got that thick leg. You could have used all the scrap metal for.
I could put it in charisma though, or I'm already maxed out in charisma.
You can't put it in charisma.
You're
Never
maxed out in charisma, John.
No, you're
Wow.
not. No, you're not. You're not. Remember, even numbers will.
That's what I mean. It would bring it to a 5, wouldn't
Yeah,
it?
I was just
I highly recommend you do that. Yeah.
making a real life
Based on
joke.
what it
I
says.
know.
Sorry.
I loved it.
No, I know you got it.
Oh, okay.
Brad was like, "You're not maxed out." So
I mean, the
went,
only other
Oh,
thing.
okay. Yeah, I wasn't.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring that. I'm gonna bring
Sorry,
that
I'm
to
in
a 20.
DM mode. Yeah, do
Sorry.
that. Charisma goes to a 20, but you have another point to put somewhere else. But the rest of yours are even numbers. So think about what you want to do on the next ability score improvement.
I mean, I would love to get smarter, but that's not gonna happen.
Yeah,
You're
right.
actually pretty smart. I didn't
Real
realize.
life joke. No, I am actually pretty smart.
Drift is quite smart. I didn't know. I don't know what your fucking character sheets say. It's so weird when I go into them and look at stuff. I'm like, oh, really? I'm a bad DM.
But
I'm
if
a
I
bad
already
father.
used a point, I can't take a feat, correct?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Okay, cool. That's fine. I'm gonna put it in. Love to get a little stronger. It's been screwing me up.
I got the. Speaking of which,
Cool.
I got these silly like 3-pound weights to actually attach to my limbs, my appendages. For like, yeah, for every day
The fuck do you think you are,
existing,
Piccolo?
doing
The fuck is
dishes.
this?
I'm not kidding you. I used to do it all the time. I used to like go to work with 5-pound weights on each leg just to exist that way. Like,
God damn.
Holy shit. That's
Yeah.
hilarious. PB's just walking around with a
yeah.
you
Like,
just see her,
what I want to happen is like an IRL fight where someone stands in an alleyway before you and you take them off and
I
you're
just
even
see
faster than you should be. They're like, oh my god, this is impossible. Rock Lee. Fucking Piccolo style, you take off the hat and it like cracks into the ground.
Yeah.
All right.
PB's gonna get
Gonna be,
ripped.
this is just gonna be like a weightlifting stream. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh
God.
my
Yeah,
god.
We're just gonna do it.
Really ripped.
Oh, there's another dice on the ground.
I got a shoe.
Wait, what is happening? You just have a shoe you're gonna lift?
Everyone give me athletics checks in character.
Okay.
Let's go.
I'm ready.
9 from Drift.
Damn it, it's gonna be for something good.
15
That is a
from
15
Rin.
for me.
why is my
What
sheet
me?
freezing? What the hell?
14 from 19. And a 15 from Iridir. So
A
Iridir
tie.
and Rin
Iridir.
are as strong as each other today.
That's it.
That's it. You don't get anything. Easygoing DM. Let me catch you guys up on what happened last time on Dragon Ball Z.
Whew. Man, I'm not ready.
The Dragon Hut was filled with water. No, it was filled with sand. You guys were in the arena, Iridir and Drift, and the fight was set to be between 19 and Walter the Red. 19 turned out to just be a paid drunk on behalf of the Kosharian Thieves Gang Guild. And 19 was actually across town. He woke up. The Blood Grip Mafia showed a lot of interest in having him join them. He declined, or said that he would return one day, but they took it as a declined, and they said that they basically want to cut that thing off your arm, the very expensive looking gold gem encrusted bracer that you have that clearly is exceptionally well crafted beyond anything they'd ever
Clearly gonna
seen.
get some dwarves knocked out.
So they attacked you to try and take it. Rin appeared, kicked down a door, got knocked out, woke up, got knocked out,
Knocked out
slit a
again.
throat, and then got knocked out. And 19 escaped, but challenged the leader, Telchul Bloodgrip, to a duel at dawn at John's farm. And Telchul appeared
Yes.
to
That's
agree.
right. I forgot about that.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome.
19 grabbed Rin and her belongings and ran out of the door. Back at the arena, Iridir took a special potion that made him feel very drunk, but restored a lot of his energy. And Drift took on Walter the Red, the continual runner-up of the contests over the last few years. In the in the fight, Walter was kind of not bothered by you. He was kind of toying with you at first. Then you turned on him, and Iridir distracted him, and you were able to.
Can we just real quick? That was so cool. I watched that back because
Yeah, me too.
how much that helped. Like,
Massively.
oh my god, that was everything.
Massively.
Yeah.
You distracted him while his head was turned. You spanked him around the back of the head, and it knocked him to the ground. You were then contacted by your patron. As a warlock, you're given a patron who grants you bonus power and energy. And the patron, you noticed that that Walter appeared to be a warlock as well, and he had the same patron. The patron was pitting you against each other, and it challenged you to. My dog is attacking me again. Please leave me alone. I love you, but you are the worst when I'm trying to think. He comes up and scratches me, and his claws are so sharp at the moment. Can you see my thing going? That's him. That's not me moving or anything. That's him attacking my arm. Look, you see that? That's him. He's getting me. So the patron contacted you both, and it said that whichever one of you wins would get extra power and stuff like that. Also, when Walter was on the ground begging for his life, it challenged Drift to kill him, claiming that it would grant him bonus power, extra power. Drift, against what I think a lot of people expected him to do, plunged his sword into Walter's heart, and that was where we ended the session. And
now I'm gonna mute myself for the rest of the fucking episode.
But not where we're gonna pick up the episode today. Today we pick up the episode in a completely different place. Known as
thank God.
Australia. I'm kidding. It's not Australia. We're going.
Australia.
Can you imagine if it just was like, we're in Australia now?
Yeah, I didn't stab him in the heart. I did stab him in the neck.
Why isn't this changing? Oh, hang on. Let me just.
Good call.
I need to rejoin as a player for the stream. So, 19. Young man, you are carrying Rin and her belongings. Where do you go?
The first thing I do when I walk out is the thingy's still going on, right? The festival.
Yeah, you can very much hear
we're going
arena.
on right now. This is right when everything's going on at the festival, right?
Absolutely, you can hear the cheers of the crowd. It appears that there is for sure there is some sort of combat happening over there because they're louder than they have been. But the constant drone and cacophony has been going pretty much all morning, or well, since you woke up, which wasn't that long ago, I guess.
The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a left on that street, and I'm going to go on that street to get to the main street, to get to the bridge, to walk across. Does the bridge look like it's absolutely covered still with people walking across it?
It's still pretty busy, yeah. There's still quite a lot of people coming back and forth. It looks like a lot of merchants at the moment.
What time of day is it?
It's like middle of the afternoon at this point.
So like 1 o'clock, basically.
A little later, I think it's probably like 3-ish.
So as I'm walking down like the street, the first thing I do while I've got Rin over my shoulder, she's like kind of flopped over my shoulder. I grab the gem in my hand and I pull it out, and I just kind of put the gem up to her, and I, give her a little, bring her back to the old real world for a couple seconds.
I'm sorry, I had my eyes closed. Are you licking my face? What?
Yeah, absolutely. With the tongue he doesn't have.
19's giving me a little.
And I'll cast Cure Wounds on her real fast.
Okay. Yeah, give me that.
Bring her back. And then...
That was a nice 11.
Nice. 11. Real nice.
That's the max, I think.
I think so.
8
And
plus a 3.
as I cast it, I just kind of... You awake yet? And I'm just still walking.
I don't... can you put me down? I can walk. I can walk.
If you're sure, I'll put you down, but...
Yeah.
Sure?
Yeah.
You can ride up here, it's fine.
No.
I just softly grab her and put her down.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, like Rin looks pretty fucked up on a 19. You notice that she has you might notice that she has another bag with her, which is filled with strange books. But you notice that she seems a little beat up. Her clothes look a little dirty. Her boots stink. But you also notice that the dwarves seem to have butchered her hand and they've removed one of the fingers from it, those fucking savages. Though with your cure wounds, you see that wound seems to have healed up a little.
You look very dirty. What have you been doing? Are you all right, by the way?
Yeah, I am now. But the tournament's on, and I don't want to miss it. I have to give Drift his statue.
Yes, we should probably try to get over there, but I can keep up with you, but I have many things to do before dawn now. Do you remember?
Wait, what do you have to do before dawn?
Well, when you came into the forge to try to help me, by the way, how did you know I was in there?
Sorry, 1 sec. Is that better? Yeah, okay. I don't, I didn't know you were in there. I followed a cat.
The cat is still.
I turned
following
around.
you.
Do I see the cat when I turn around?
Yeah, it's following you.
That cat. That exact cat. I followed that cat. It scratched me. You scratched me.
The cat
Can I
looks at-
like go like this
Yeah.
and try to get it to jump up to me and climb up to my shoulder?
Give me an animal handling check with advantage.
Oh,
We'll see if it loves me enough yet.
don't kill it.
I have 3 in animal handling? Fuck yeah.
Wisdom, yeah.
19, baby.
You have advantage.
that's
You
the
can try
thing.
and you can roll again if you want to try and natural 20 it.
Yeah.
I can roll again and try to natural
You
20.
have advantage, yeah.
Advantage.
Oh, well, let's find out. 21, baby.
The 21.
go.
The cat completely ignores Rin.
Hold on. Do I take it?
Take it.
The cat completely
Useless,
ignores.
but do it anyway.
It
I only got
completely
3
ignores Rin. It
What did you
jumps-
spend one on? Animal handling.
No. That was an 18. That was an 18.
It was 18 plus 3.
Anyways,
okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
natural
I just
20.
want to try to get it to come on my shoulder.
Yeah, it does. So it jumps up onto the wall. There's like a low wall that runs along the riverside. Jumps up onto the pack on your back and then settles on your shoulder quite comfortably.
You mean this cat right here?
Yeah, very smart. Very smart cat. It led me to you.
That's... Huh. I was just... I don't really say much. I just go back. Well, he's my friend now. His name is... What the hell was his name again? Let me scroll up a million miles. And just...
Crying.
What?
Crying.
Crine. His name is Crine. Is randomly become...
You've named the cat already?
I mean, he had a name before I found him.
He's got a
Oh.
little wooden name.
Okay.
tag.
Okay. God, of course.
When you were knocked out, I decided that I couldn't leave you there. There was too many of them, so I burst through the 4 of them that were surrounding me, went over, stabbed the one that was by you in the stomach, picked him up with my sword, and I threw him at the other dwarfs and picked you up. And I left. Before I left, though, I challenged that scum, Telchel, to a fight at dawn. We both know, now we both know, you knew before I did, that he's probably not going to fight fair. So I must rally some people and get them there to make sure this is a fair fight. Me versus him and not me versus 7 of his friends. So I plan to... Kind of takes like, you kind of see him like what would be a breath for him. Find these people that they supposedly killed of the other armor smith. Because a lot came to fruition with me once they decided to try to steal this. I hold up my bracer. That's all they wanted. Nothing more. Just the bracer. And they were willing to kill me for it. After I put all the trust I put into them. I was betrayed.
Sometimes it's hard to tell when people just want something from you or they're actually your friend. So
I want
I
something.
don't blame you.
And I'm going to get it tomorrow morning at dawn.
Oh, okay.
I ask you to be there, Rin, if you would.
Oh. Yeah. I will
You are
have
my
to think
friend.
about that. I will have to think about that.
I'm sorry,
Why are you sorry?
because I did not listen to you.
You did listen to me, and there's a difference between obeying and listening. So you did your best.
What have you been doing? Why are you so dirty?
I fell
Why
in
do
the
you look so
sewers
weak today?
because I'm very tired.
Then climb back up here. I shall walk us.
Oh no, that's not necessary. That's very nice of you, but I can walk. But I would like to go see Drifts compete.
Good, because we will need to go there. They were
Okay.
there. If I recall correctly, they were the ones that ran into the people, the wife. And I need to speak with her. We should probably carry on, I suppose. But I am sorry. And I understand now what you meant when you were speaking about the dwarves and how they were.
I have experience maybe in identifying those types. So, again, no apology necessary.
Yes, very necessary. Shall we?
We shall.
It is at that moment that the constant drone of cheers from the arena suddenly peter out very, very quickly. As you're moving across this bridge, the bridge is very, very, very standard looking, but it has all of these huge, great runes on it. It seems to be magically enchanted in some way, and it's a little quicker to get across the bridge and head towards the arena. But for some reason, you notice that there is that cacophony, that constant drone of cheers, suddenly peter out, and we switch over to Iridir. Yeah, Iridir. Iridir, in your drunken haze, you notice something very odd and potentially not very good at all. The combat, the fight that is taking place before you between Walter and Drift comes to a sudden end. The distraction that you provided allows Drift that chance to strike him, and he stands now sort of victorious above Walter the Red, and Walter squirms on the floor, relatively dazed. He reaches his hand up. Drift pauses for a moment, then suddenly raises his sword and plunges it into Walter's heart, pinning him to the ground. There's a shocked gasp from the crowd as they and everyone falls silent. There's this shocking display of just violence and unnecessary murder. Behind you, there's sudden movement, a blur before a figure stands next to you, and it's a woman with very lank black hair. She can't be a day over 20 years old, but she turns her eyes to you, and there's something in them, a wisdom that you might recognize in creatures that are much older than they seem. She wears a chain shirt and sort of oddly fashioned leggings, but she looks a lot more like a fighter than something, somebody else. You know that this is Muriel the Silence, and she's one of the fighters that's in the combat, the melee combat. Her eyes are strange. They're a little odd. They're yellow-green. The pupils in them are oval-shaped, and in a hiss, in a sort of predatory look, it flashes towards you. She says, "What is he doing?
I don't.
Why did he do that?"
I don't know. Who are you?
She tuts. Dolt. She looks you up and down and says, "Play some music for me, quickly. Into that scepter.
All right.
And something bright."
All right. And I sort of take out my lute. I'm looking at her sort of curiously. Who are you?
She's gone. In another blur, she disappears. You can follow her. She's not like the Flash, but she moves very quickly across the arena towards Drift, and then she moves past him towards the box that contains the wizards. There's a sudden cloud of fog that bursts inside that box that contains the wizards. Do you play music into the scepter?
Yeah, I do. I'm probably a little sort of taken aback for a second. Do I recognize anything that she's doing? Does it look familiar to me?
In what way? Sorry,
I
Spells?
mean, like, yeah, the spells. Does she give off any sort of hint of anything that I might recognize?
Give me
Insight.
I guess it depends what specific you're looking for. If you want to work out what spell she's using, you can use Arcana.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. 10.
A 10. You recognize the spell that she casts as Fog Cloud. It's a pretty standard spell. It's like a smoke. She definitely seems that magically enhanced in some way at the moment, but not you're not sure how. Maybe like a haste spell, something like that. She's certainly way faster than she should be. It's got to be magic, but
All right.
I don't know if you're too sure on what.
I'm gonna start playing sort of a bright tune, probably something to sort of accompany Drift the Curse Breaker, something I would have sort of played to hype him up to the crowd and whatnot.
Yeah,
Something along those lines.
you start playing some nice music. It's the best I got at the moment, and it seems strange. The quietness followed by this music that suddenly starts playing out very loudly. The Scepter allows your music to be played out to everybody within the arena at kind of an equal volume kind of thing. So it fills the arena very quickly. This fog appears in this box, and the king in the box above the wizard stands and tries to see what's going on and looks down trying to work it out. Drift, are you doing anything in particular in this moment? What's your first reaction?
Is the cloud covering me, or what's
No, it's
going
behind you. There's a box with the king, which is about halfway up the Coliseum, and then there's one underneath it, which had all those wizards in that were
So are they
refereeing
blocked by this cloud?
for a moment, yeah. I don't think you've seen this woman, for the record. You've just seen a cloud of fog appear and just pulled your sword out of Walter's chest. He's for sure dead.
Yeah.
Dark blood is pooling out underneath his body.
I'm frozen, man. I'm legit frozen.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to cast, after sort of evaluating the whole thing, I'm a bit drunk, so everything's sort of processing a little bit slower than normal.
Yeah.
So I think after I see all this kind of going on, I'm going to cast Minor Illusion down by Drift, so that it looks kind of like a blast of fire shoots up from Walter, basically like where his hand was outstretched.
Okay.
And Brad, on my sword is his blood, correct?
Well, your sword
Obviously.
is like made of shadow, so you can, you kind of, I mean, you can. I don't know. You've always described this thing kind of like a lightsaber, like you ignite the shadow from a hilt kind of thing, and you summon it to you. So, how blood sticks to it is up to you, really. You got.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely am gonna finish the ceremony that I started, and I'm going to drink some of that blood
God dang.
from the sword. But like very like yeah.
All right. So, you drink some blood from the sword, which means that you activate a couple of things. Let me see real quick. Ba-da-ba-da-ba-dum. First of all, roll. You got the Initiate of the Blood power before, where once per day you can drink the blood of a creature you killed yourself and regain hit points equal to your Warlock level plus your Charisma modifier. So first of all, you can do that. So what is your Warlock level plus Charisma modifier?
Level 4 plus your Charisma mod, John.
Yep. Charisma mod is 5.
All right, so you get 9 HP back immediately. Again, I think you need to drink a decent amount. Like, it's not like you can just lick a little bit. Like you have to get a decent mouthful.
Oh, it's a full-on shot.
Yeah, and it's gross. Again, there's nothing special here. It just tastes like blood. But you feel, even though your stomach feels heavy from that blood, even though it doesn't taste right, it's very metallic and strange. You feel an energy and a strengthening to your muscles, to your into your legs, into your very sort of being. That magical presence within your body strengthens for a moment. You heal yourself. You also now have an extra ability known as Victor of the Blood, which is that once per day you can drink the blood of a sentient creature that you killed yourself and gain 3 temporary spell slots that last for 3 hours. And after this, after these hours have passed, you lose all of your spell slots and can only regain them after completing a long rest. So you can Kaioken times 20. So warlocks only have a couple of spell slots. This is broken as shit. I'm aware of it, don't worry. So you have 2 spell slots, 0 remaining because you used them both. You now gain 3 back, so you can put them anywhere. There is a thing on your sheet, I don't know if you have it filled. Temporary spell slots, I don't know where you want to put it. Maybe where you've got your crossbow bolts. Could be the place where you store those. But now you suddenly feel this arcane energy fill your being again. Like you suddenly become empowered and stronger, and you can feel it push through your body. Your eyes turn very bloodshot. There is no response from anything else. For the moment, you just feel a lot stronger. Maybe a little less grounded as you look around. The crowd kind of shift and change a little bit. The shadows in the arena, any shadows that you look at become very deep enriched black for a moment, like a few pulses, as this sort of extra power, we'll say for now, bolsters and strengthens you. So that's what you do. For some reason, Iridir, Drift doesn't move. This magical illusionary firebolt launches up past his head from you. This fog cloud goes off behind him. He stands there and just starts drinking the blood from his sword for a moment while you continue to play this tune. The blur of the woman moves once again, and a few seconds later she's back in the archway with you, and she's whispering under her breath. She's not looking at you or anything. She's whispering under her breath, and she's starting to move her hands a little bit. Drift, in front of you, you see Walter the Red suddenly sit bolt upright. And then he raises himself up, turns away from you, and starts to walk towards you, Iridir. At that moment, a gust of wind from the box of wizards clears the fog. They snap their heads in unison towards you, Drift, then up towards Walter, who is now walking very oddly over towards the archway. Iridir, I think probably only for you at this moment, it's a horrid sight. There's like a horrible deep puncture wound that's sort of dribbling dark blood down his sort of fanciful clothing, which is red, but it's not red enough to cover this. His eyes are rolled up in his head. His jaw is very slack. His tongue kind of lolls slightly out of his mouth. As he approaches this archway, the woman shoots you another dark look and says, "You stupid bastards."
Listen, what are you doing? That is dark magic.
She moves her hands like this as the form of Walter heads into the archway. She looks at you again. She shakes her head. She grabs Walter, or the body of Walter, and in a blur, she's gone again, along with the body of Walter. The crowd return. There's a stilted kind of yes. The king, standing in the box, looks down for a moment and then says into his scepter, well then, boom, boom, boom. It seems the victor, Cursebreaker, Drift the Cursebreaker. And the crowd take a few minutes It'll take a few seconds to warm up to it, and then they begin to cheer you again. Drift. In front of you, there's a dark pool of blood. In the pool of blood, you see a face. The face of Walter, the Red, who smiles at you, bearing these wide teeth. His smile pushes too wide over his face. His lips crack. His teeth turn sharp. He opens his mouth, and then his face fades in that blood on the ground. Other than that, you feel okay for now. What do you want to do? Curse breaker.
I'm just gonna throw up my hands.
I'm gonna make my way like towards Drift probably as this is happening, and I'm gonna sort of speak into the microphone, the Scepter, and say, "There is your winner, Drift the Curse Breaker."
Yeah, they're going crazy. The
Soon
king
to be the new champion of this tournament.
The king is clapping as well above the box. So the wizards are glaring down at the area that the two of you are standing in, but they don't seem to do anything. A couple of the guards that were sort of stewarding the event, they head out onto the field and they say, "All right, yeah, good fight. I tell you what, I thought you stabbed him in the chest. Then it really looked like that's one hell of a show. That bit much, honestly, for a
Yes,
for an
he had
afternoon.
to. He had to stab him in the arm because, as you saw, he was trying to use some sort of fire attack against the rules.
Yeah, it was weird. It was a weird one. I thought he was done. I'll be honest, I really thought he was down. Didn't expect him. He's never really broken the rules before with that sort of stuff. So, anyway, we got to clear it out so they can get rid of all this sand.
They're going to get rid of the sand?
Yeah.
They have a large broom? Or...
Let's go.
It's magic. They all do it with the magic. Come on.
Right.
Back to the waiting area we are.
I like lean in towards Drift. That was very close.
Yeah.
We need to talk.
Yeah.
And I'll sort of lead off into the waiting area, I guess, or rest area.
Yeah. Rin and 19. You finally make it to the area where this competition, the festival field is being kind of held, and much like the other two, you come into an area that's very busy. Again, there's just so much going on. It's not just the Coliseum, which now stands this huge structure that you probably have never noticed. We've never seen anything like it before. This weird oval-like shape, this sort of 150 feet in the air looking thing. And around it is just tents and tents and tents and people and crowds moving back and forth. And you guys move through the area where the tents are, and you notice all these different banners and all these strange people that are selling different wares, much like what these guys saw. Where are you headed and what are you doing? Are you kind of beelining for the tournament area?
Yeah, I am.
While you were crossing the bridge, you did hear the crowd suddenly all start cheering "Curse Breaker, Curse Breaker, Curse Breaker" for a small amount of time.
You hear that?
I do.
Well,
knew we
we
could
should
do it.
probably hurry. And I start.
Yeah, I also book it
Yeah.
as much as I can. I'm like fucked up, but yeah.
Okay.
So I'll
Yeah.
like hobble
How
book
far
it.
behind do you fall?
Ugh.
Because I swear to God, if you fall too far behind, I'll make 19 grab you and pick you up.
You picking her up?
How far did she fall behind?
I doubt she fell behind that much. She's
Yeah,
still,
my
she's still an
movement
elf.
speed's pretty good, so even if I took some off, I think I could still keep up with you.
You
Oh,
guys,
that long legs.
you guys come to
Yeah,
the one of the entrance ways, probably the same one that that Drift and Iridir came to, and there's crowds of people around it, but no longer people queuing up. You see people coming out and going in somewhat, but for the most part, the enormous long queues that were there at the start of the day have come down to just a handful of people.
Okay.
You can see that they're
take it back. You can lift me up now. I can sit. Can I just sit? Maybe. Oh, yes, perfect. Okay.
Straight sit on my shoulders, and you can even stand up, and I'll just balance it out as I'm running.
Yeah, I'm gonna look and see if I can see anything or see Drift or anyone.
Is there anybody?
Give me a perception check.
18.
18. You can actually see over the people. You can see that they're all handing money or showing these little tags or things that they have to people as they move back and forth. There are various guards that seem to be sort of shepherding people in and out. You can see into the arena. What you see is very odd at this moment. You see a lot of sand and these kind of mesas, these sort of Grand Canyon-esque spikes that appear to have they appear to be melting, is kind of a way to describe it. Like the sand is falling off of them, and the sand is falling to the ground and then kind of disappearing into the grass, which is growing up out of the ground. And it happens very quickly. The sand is disappearing, the mountain things or the spikes are crumbling, and this grass is growing up, and it's just very similar to the ground underneath. There's nobody in the actual arena, but you can see a lot of people moving back and forth in the stands and underneath, in the tunnels that are underneath.
I think we just missed a fight. They seem to be clearing the way, maybe for another one. Do you think he won?
Well, they were chanting his name. Maybe we should ask one of the guards where they would be staying at.
Do you think they'll let us in?
Well, only one way to find out. Sir?
There's a little gnome.
I hop down.
There's a little gnome in full plate armor, like a barber helmet, and he lifts the visor up, looks up and says,
Yes.
Yes. Who won?
Oh, nobody has won yet.
I mean, who the fight that just happened?
The fight that just happened was between Drift the Cursebreaker, the newcomer, and WOTO the Red. But the WOTO the Red lost. Very strange.
Good.
This newcomer is certainly proving to be stronger
He's
than
amazing.
we expected.
That newcomer is our close friend. We're actually here. We're very late to get to the fights. We're to be meeting with him and his bard, our friend Iro. Could you point us in the right direction to get to their room?
That's a good one. I haven't heard that one 50 times today.
I see.
Yes, of course. Do you think you could just let him know that Rin and 19 are here, and then he can tell you that we can come in?
Yes,
Yes.
perhaps then you could go and tell the people of Lenador that I will be approaching in 2 days. Since I am your messenger, you can be mine, yes?
Yes, that's a fine deal. I'll do your message if you do ours. I have no problem with that.
He's kidding,
Please
19.
let the Council
Being
of Lenador
facetious.
know that I will be there shortly.
Wait, what do you want? Wait.
No,
You
he's
can pay to enter and watch, or you can
Oh.
stay out here.
Well, we can pay. That's not a problem. We really are trying to find where he's at, though. We'll pay you. That's
Yes,
not an issue.
That is fine. Yes, you are not permitted to enter the area where the fighters are waiting, though.
That's fine. Then here.
when's the next fight?
The next fight will be very shortly. Muriel the Silence will be fighting Barbarian, Owen of the Snow. It will be
Yeah.
starting very soon.
Oh,
I think
okay.
I might
How
do
much is it to get in?
It is 1 silver piece if you wish to get a seated area, or 1 copper piece for standing.
Oh,
I take 2 silver. I pay for both of us.
oh, thank you.
You paying 2 silver, sorry?
I'm paying 2 silver, one for each of us.
All right, yeah. He takes the money and then he produces these 2 sort of wooden plaque-looking things. They have a silver edge around them in color. You see just a giant number 1 written on it in common. He hands them over to you and says,
These are passes. They are somewhat magical, and you cannot fake them. Okay, so don't try any funny business like trying to go into the area with the fighters. Just go and sit down. It's been a very strange day for us.
I just take it and I don't say anything else and I start walking.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Then the next drunkard wanders up behind him. Yeah, let me in, mate.
Oh, not you again. Come on, you have to leave now.
And you guys can head in. You head underneath
How-
these archways, and
Do I hear that? As 19?
For sure, yeah. It's literally as
I
you
turn
step
back
past
and I flick that guy a silver.
the drunken
let
dude.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, he fucking doesn't even see that thing. It just launches past his head. Yeah, come on, mate. Let me in. Go on. I just want to watch the fight.
Somebody will find it. Let's go. Jesus.
There's like a little kid that's like, oh yeah, little silver. Yeah, so you can see that there is like there's a set of stairs that lead up to the higher levels, and you can make out pretty obviously that the lower kind of areas in the lower and the much higher areas seem to be standing, and the central kind of rim of multiple layers is sort of seats. The place looks ram-packed as well. Like, it doesn't look like there is a single seat in this place, but there's people moving back and forth, collecting food and drinks and stuff. It's like being at a baseball game or something like that.
Can we see where the fighters go? Like, do we know where they go to rest after, or?
I think give me an investigation check, because it's more of an intellect thing than a perception thing.
Yeah, I do that as well because I'm gonna be.
Oh Lord,
Yeah.
I got a 3.
You have never seen a Coliseum before.
No, I haven't.
Oh.
Got a 20.
19. You have a sort of an inkling that the area that you're in is just kind of an entranceway that leads you down one way. You notice that there's a lot of people on the left and way less people on the right. There's a couple of guards that are stationed a little further down one of the tunnels that leads around to the right, and you can see that there's no sort of people wandering around down there. So possibly this is an area that for some reason is unavailable to the public, so possibly it's down there.
I think that, from what I would gather, we need to go to the right here, and if we run into anybody, we can just ask one of the guards. Maybe they'll be a little nicer than that gnome was, and maybe they can at least relay the message, or at least pass it along to let them know we're here. If not, I guess we could just get a seat.
Well, I have an idea.
What is your idea? Remember, I'm big and clunky.
I know. I look at the kitty cat on your shoulder,
Yes.
and out of my bag, I pull out the little drift doll. I'm gonna see if Kitty will take the doll to drift.
Well, what do you... I look straight at the cat. What do you think? I know you probably can't understand me, but you think you could...
Should have taken that animal handling.
Yeah, shut up.
You can't.
You think you could, cats probably don't understand. But you know what? I'll give it... I pick the cat up off my shoulder into my hand, and I just pet it real nice. And I just, like, you know, I'm just being loving to it. I'm like, show him the doll. Maybe we can make this work. Or maybe... You know, we could try asking, too, but this is a second shot. We might as well try it, right?
I hesitate. I don't want to lose it, though.
Well, let's see if the cat will even take it first. And I put the cat on the ground. Well, go ahead.
Give me an animal
Kitty?
handling
He's
check.
been very good to me.
Animal
She.
handling 19.
Animal handling again?
Yes, please.
Oh god, oh god, oh god.
22.
22.
Bitch. 22. Bitch.
That's a natural 19.
22.
That was a natural 19.
Bitch.
The cat grabs the doll and runs off.
Oh, okay. I think that cat understands you.
Oh, I sure hope so, because if not, you're going to lose that doll.
Oh, right.
Where do you two go now?
Maybe we
I
could,
go sit down, I guess.
before we sit, maybe while we hope that the dog is taken, maybe we could. I want to look over. Can I do a perception check and see if, like, there maybe looks like there's like a little corridor where, like, maybe fighters would go, and if there's some guards over there, maybe we could go talk to or anything like that.
I mean, you did that. You can see guards in
Okay.
an area, but you
What
don't
was
see,
that,
you don't see
Rin?
any of the fighters. There's only 8 of them. There's loads of people here.
I don't really want Drift to see me like this.
You fancy him now, do you?
No, not like that. No, I think that he'd be worried, and then I'd have to explain what happened, and then Yeah, I don't want to throw him off of his game before the next match. So
How about this?
I think the doll will be enough for him to know that we're watching. and-
Maybe you'll get a seat and I'll go and talk to the guy.
Yeah, that'd be great. I'm exhausted actually.
Where do you think you're going to go sit? I'll come find you. It's probably not far away, I assume.
Do you see that like post over there on the side? Okay, I'm right there. There's like space for the both of us.
That's 3 feet away. I will go talk to this guard right here who is 5 feet
be there.
away. I'll see you in a second. I'd like to go to a guard and talk.
Okay.
Sure, yeah. Rin, you wander over, push past a few people, and settle down and maybe sigh deeply,
Yes.
resting. Do you have your items on you?
I do, and I'm going to hide them under. Like I'm gonna put my bag underneath my robe. It's gross, but just don't want it to be super obvious that it's like.
Yeah, no, there's definitely no pickpockets available working active in this area.
Considering they have to pay a silver to get in.
You approach the area which seemed to be kind of wardened off. 19. There are 2 guards standing there. One rather large figure, a sort of burly-looking human. The other one maybe a half-orc. That same familiar heavy plated garb, the red cape of Rose Garden. They're just having a conversation with each other as you pray. Yeah, I can't believe it. It was mental. Yeah, I really thought I actually thought he stabbed him in the chest. It really looked like it, but he got up and walked away. So yeah, it was a bit weird, wasn't it? Yeah, he was on the ground. Never seen him cast any flame spells neither. I didn't think that was sort of his thing. No, I never seen him do that neither. But I suppose he's sort of full of tricks, wasn't he? That's what I always thought. He was more of a magician than a fighter. Anyway, old water. Yeah, me too. And they literally just look at you, just suddenly, oh. Hello.
Hi. My name is 19. I know, because the gnome at the entrance that I walked in was very smart aleck about this, but myself and my companion, who are over there,
what do you mean?
good friends with... Yes?
Wait. You said your name's 19?
Yes.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Yeah. I've never met anyone called 19. Today I meet 2.
I extend my hand to shake hands.
He doesn't shake your hand. He just looks you up and down.
Anyways, Drift, the curse breaker, who apparently has been chatted. We are 2 of the party members that were with him when we entered the city. We understand that you're not going to let us in, but is there any way that somebody could let him know that his friend 19 and Rin have both showed up finally, and we're here to watch him win? He's a good friend of ours, and not a friend that's just passing by. We've been with him since he started this. And, well, we just want to let him know we're here, because he'd probably want to at least see us, because, well, I don't know how to express this, but I feel like he might be worried about us.
He says, yeah, there's plenty of ways that someone could do that for you. No problem, mate. And he just holds out his hand, palm up.
I kind of look at him for a second, and then I just, you know what? I'm gonna roll something for myself real quick. Because I want to roll dice too, Brad.
I stab him in the face. 3.
I take my hand and I sink it into his hand like I'm going to shake his hand, and I go, well, I'd be very grateful of that.
Right. That's not what I meant. You're new, aren't you?
What did you mean? Be straightforward with me.
If you give me some money, I'll pass the message on for you.
What would you pass it on for 5 silver?
Yes.
I want to do an insight check on this little shit.
Sure.
18.
Jesus.
He seems like he's telling the truth.
Well, and I take out 5 silver. And how much is each gold? Each gold is 10 silver, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let me just do some real quick breaking down real fast to make sure.
Electrum is 5 silver.
You can't break down a gold piece if you have.
Oh, if I don't have it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same as having a.
Okay.
Whatever
I
your
take
money
out.
is called in America.
I take out a
nickel.
gold. And I go, well, I've only got 4 silver pieces. Just to make sure the message gets there quickly, I'll just give you a gold. Does that sound good? Maybe you 2 could split it since you're both here.
The human man snatches it and says, I ain't splitting that with you. And then turns around and says, wait, what do you want me to tell him? 19's here.
I want you to tell him that Rin and 19 are here, and if you would like to see myself, I'll wait here for a moment if you think he's not far away. Is he not far?
Yeah, no, well, just, I can't tell you that. Just
All right, all right.
Just wait there.
You know, I'll wait here. If you could tell him if he wants to see us, he'll come out.
Yeah.
If you tell him and he
Right.
doesn't come out, I'll go sit with my friend.
He walks like 15 feet away and walks into a door.
Do it.
Drift and Iridir. You two are in a. You move off into the waiting room. You hear the sands being swept away magically, and you step into that kind of.
Like the scene from Spaceballs with the comb, except it's a broom.
Yeah, just a magical broom. You step into that kind of plain waiting room. Nothing going on in here. There's just the table with a few chairs around it, and there's some fresh water and wine and some fruit on the table. Other than that, it's basically just a door and walls. You step in, close the door behind you, I assume.
Yeah, I'm
Oh, yeah.
a bit wobbly, and I kind of close the door and I say, "What were you thinking? What the hell was that?"
I don't know. He was gonna. I immediately like go to throw up, on the side, and I throw up.
He throws up blood.
And I grab some fruit.
I'm okay. I'm all right.
He was gonna kill me.
Was he?
Yeah.
Didn't look like that. It looked like you had him on the ground.
No. I know he was gonna kill me, Hero. He was gonna kill me for sure.
Drift. He was on the ground. And you stabbed him through the neck. And then you drank his blood.
Drift, give me a
I
perception
may-
check. Sorry.
I may be a bit drunk, but I saw everything. At least I did. And then she came.
He's speaking, but these words are not meaning anything to you. He's saying stuff. Oh, I might be a bit drunk, and it's kind of just going away. All you can see in Iridir's face is the veins that connect to his arteries, the capillaries, all these bits of his body. He just becomes this kind of pulsing thing for a moment. His heartbeat you can hear. The strength that lies within his blood could possibly make you some sort of odd deity-like thing. It could make you stronger than anyone in this entire city. You're pretty sure. He's got old blood. There's magic in his blood. And then his voice comes back to you for a moment as he continues to ramble on about
Do you
some
hear
woman.
me? Hello?
And then you sort of snap back in for a bit.
Why are you looking at me like that?
I can't right now. I can't, Hero. I can't.
What do you mean I'm
Bro.
saying a woman came from out of nowhere and she cast a spell and fog and then he rose up after you killed him. It's dark magic, Drift.
He was gonna.
No! What are you doing? What happened? Why did you do that? He was already beaten.
I turn my back away from Drift, and I say,
I never thought I'd see that kind of magic again.
I had to do it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he told me to.
Who are you talking about?
I turn back and I sort of like give him a stern look. It's probably the angriest you've ever seen me.
The one who saved me.
The one who saved you. What do you
I owe him everything.
speak plainly?
I can't explain many things right now, Arrow. He saved me when I was supposed to die. And I owe him my life. So I had to do it. I'm sorry.
Are you all right?
And you can just see Drift going in and out of kind of consciousness and not understand and just so it's just this struggle, this fucking struggle where he has done something terrible and you can see it in his face that you know he's done something terrible, but he had to do it. No. No. And I'm gonna go to the other side of the room.
The door opens and one of the guards steps in. Curse breaker! Which one of you is the curse breaker? There he is. Oi. There's a fucking warforged waiting for you out there. He says his name's 19 and he wants you to know that he wants to speak to you or that he's watching you. I don't know why, but the message has been passed on. Do you know a warforged?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll let him in or not? He's all right?
Yes, bring them in.
Yeah? All right, you'll have to pass it with the captain. He's going to come round in a bit anyway. So just make sure that you let him know that...
All right, we heard you.
All right. Closes the door. Heads out. You hear the footsteps step away. 19. The guard walks into a door a little ways away. There's a conversation that you can barely make out. It's very loud in here. You hear Iridir shout. And then the guard kind of heads back over. Yeah, you can let him in. The other one steps out of the way.
Right.
Yeah, they're in that door there.
Grateful. I'll be on my way now. Also, you should share that gold.
What gold?
Exactly. And I just walk by him.
The sight before you as you step in is a little somber. You walk in, Drift looks a little unstable on his feet. Usually Drift is quite full of confidence and bouncing around. He looks a little unstable. His eyes are very bloodshot. Iridir looks completely out of it. Like he's
I look
stumbling.
pissed.
You look
I
pissed
look
in both
pissed
senses
and-
of the word.
I'm probably trying to drink some water too. Like I'm having a glass of
Probably
water.
like stabling yourself against a chair because you're extremely drunk. Like you're super duper drunk, essentially. And it's a strange atmosphere as you step in, for sure, with these guys. Drift.
Hello?
When he steps in, you turn to see 19, but for whatever you try and do, you can't see him. You do notice, however, that on the other side of the room, sat quietly in the corner, is your little doll, and next to it is a black cat. The doll has a smile, and you can hear Iridir 19 maybe begin to speak, but the doll's little face is looking at you again, your little doll that you've had for a long time, and its mouth has changed. Where it was just a stitch before, there's a really long stitch inside the mouth area. There are these like sharp teeth. The stitching kind of comes undone, it bursts a little bit, a tongue lolls out, pointed and forked, and then it changes back to its original little doll thing, which is quite a strange looking doll anyway. You look up at 19, and compared to when you look at Eero and you hear that almost pulsing heartbeat, and it's a little hard to concentrate, 19 looks stable as fuck. He looks stable. You don't feel this strange kind of need to fucking draw any energy from him, or bite him, or cut him open, or take from him the power that you could take from Iridir if you just reached out and you wanted to. You could take that power from Iridir, you're sure of it. You don't get that from 19, but he does seem very stable in the room. It kind of grounds your vision for a moment.
2 things I want to do real quick, Brad.
Yeah.
First thing I want to do is I want to snap my finger towards the cat and see if it'll come back up on my shoulder with the doll.
It doesn't touch the doll again.
Ooh.
It doesn't like the doll.
Ooh.
It sits for a moment next to the doll, but as soon as you walk into the room, you see it's already moving over towards you and jumping up onto your shoulder.
And then the second thing I want to do is I want to roll. I don't know how to put this, so maybe you'll be able to help me with it, Brad. It's more of a character thing for me. I want to try to see what you'd want me to roll to see if I can read the room a little bit, because you know how like my character's trying to understand things. He walks in the room, sees Drift like that, and Eero on the other side. His automatic response is going to be very neutral, right?
I think give me an insight check. It's for sure going to be an insight check.
I thought it would be an insight. I want to check it and just see kind of like maybe if I can kind of feel the room and try to learn.
That is a natural 1.
Yep.
So there's a strange atmosphere in the room as you step in. Iridir and Drift look like they've been fighting in a tournament. They're for sure just a little tired. They've been fighting all day. Other than that, they seem fine.
I heard your name being chanted all the way across the bridge. Cursed breaker.
That's some kind of sick joke.
What do you mean?
Oh, why'd you bring that down here?
With the cat? Well, I recently found the cat.
No.
The cat found me.
That thing. The doll. Why is that here?
The doll?
I reach over and I walk over and pick up the doll.
Well, we were not sure, myself and Rin, by the way, we were not sure if we'd be able to get to you. Rin had the doll, and I'll tell you the whole story later, but this cat has become my friend, and we were trying to figure out a way to tell you that we were here if we were not able to pass a message to you. So we had the cat bring you the doll, which weirdly, I look at the doll like real hard. I'm like, it did. It brought you the doll. And I start petting the cat like crazy. I'm like, you are such a good kitty.
Yeah, cat.
How did you know?
I don't know what 19 gets a weird feeling over him.
I'm not quite sure. I've never had a pet or anything before. Anyways, I'm sorry, Drift. I heard you've been winning.
Yes, winning.
Oh, Eero, what a pleasure to see you. Have you been drinking? It must have been a hell of a fight if you're drinking.
Yes, it was a very,
What did he drink?
very interesting fight.
Drift, Anywho, myself and Rin will be watching. I assume there's a couple. You've won, so you must fight again. Am I wrong?
Yes. No, you're right.
What is wrong with you?
I'm exhausted.
My boy.
Put my hand on his shoulder.
I'm proud to hear that you've been winning. And I mean that, and I'm sorry that I was not here for the fights.
You haven't been here for any of them?
I have a very long story to tell you once this day is come an end. And you as well, Eero. I have something very deep to ask of both of you, but we'll worry about that after the battles, after your fights.
Is Rin here?
She is. She's quite exhausted. I'm going to go sit with her.
The fights?
Come again?
Did she enjoy the fights?
As I see him kind of do the like huff again, I take the gem from my leg, like kind of secretly with my other hand, and I put my other hand on both. I have like hands on both of his shoulders now, and I just kind of like look at him for a second. My boy, you're going to be all right. And I cast Cure Wounds on Drift.
Okay.
Give
me that.
Let me get a little.
How many spell slots do you have?
I got none left on anything now. 9.
Oh, my baby.
I do that, and I look at him, and I've always got your back from here on out, just as much as I hope that you have mine. You look exhausted. Here's to helping you. And I start casting it, and as I cast it, like my hands, both my hands glow like a gold, and you kind of just see it go all over Drift's body. And then I just kind of look at him and go, I'm assuming you're exhausted because of the fights, but we have much to talk about tonight, and you need to be at your best, so I hope this helps. And I also want you to know that I have a new friend for you to meet.
Sounds great, 19.
I mean it. You're going to win if you've won so far. How many more fights do you have?
1.
This'll be it.
You're in the final fight.
Yeah.
I pick him up. And I hug him. And I just like, I squeeze him almost like remember the old Looney Tunes cartoon where he's like, I'm going to squeeze you and hug you. And I just pick him up and I just give him like, I give probably the nicest, most caring deer hug that I've ever could have given to a friend ever since my awakening.
Okay.
Put him back down.
I needed it.
You're going to do this.
And I look over. How's Eero look to me right now? Eero, how do you look to me right now if I look over at you?
I'm probably sat down and I'm drinking the water and I'm kind of shaking my head, sort of looking at the ground as this is happening.
I put him down and I pat him on the shoulder and I turn around and I go over to Eero. I don't say nothing to him right away, and I reach in and I just hug him as well.
You're a little drunk. I'm like whispering his ear. I'm like, how much have you had to drink?
Gonna roll a Constitution save.
I
puke all over 19.
I literally almost don't mind it. I kind of put him back, kind of let go of the hug, and I just kind of brush it off of my shoulder.
Yeah, it's been a good day, has it? Eero,
It's been a day.
is there anything I can do for you before I go take a seat in the stands with Rin?
No.
If you can remember this conversation, which I hope you can, I have a very large favor to ask of you yourself. No one else, just you, before the night ends tonight. I won't ask you now, but I may need your help, dearly.
I always try to help my friends.
And I, my friends.
I step back and I kind of throw my arms up.
Well, Drift the Cursebreaker seems like he has a tournament to win, and I look right at Drift. Is that right?
Yeah.
Is that right, I said?
Yeah!
Drift the Cursebreaker?
Yeah, you're right.
Let me hear you say it. Where's your pep? I know you better.
I'm Drift the Cursebreaker.
You're damn right you are. Now go whoop them. All of them.
And I don't say anything else. And I walk out. And I go try to head towards Rin.
Yeah. Rin.
Yes.
You find that seat, you settle down, you hide the new items that you have, and a few minutes pass as you kind of just chill, I guess, and relax away from everything that's been going on. And for the first time, you see the beginning of one of these fights. You see a very sort of gruff-looking dwarf. Roll me a d20.
19.
Yes. Oh.
19's in the chat. You've heard of this guy. You've heard of this guy before. This person is Owen of the Snow, and he is one of the many princes of the Moonlands. I don't remember if I gave you guys a world.
Yes, you did.
A world map.
It's pinned. I have it open.
The Moonlands is kind of like a slightly off-world, off-continent area. It's snowy and it's filled with dwarves, and there's a huge dwarven fortress that sits over a frozen lake, home to lots and lots of old blood dwarves that are very religious, but they're very barbaric, and they're very aggressive, and famously they happily kind of war among themselves within their own borders and kill each other, and the king is replaced by his son every few years, kind of thing. Owen of the Snow is a famous warrior from the Moonlands, and he is also a prince. He is one of the many sons of the king of the dwarves of the Moonlands, and he's pretty famous for being a showboat fighter. And the king stands and speaks into this scepter, and you can hear his voice as he announces, "Owen of the Snow," and then he announces another person from an independent, Muriel the Silence, and there's a general kind of consensus on both sides. People admire these two fighters. They've seen them both fight today. Muriel must have won hers to get into this, and Owen must have won his. But only Owen steps out, and a few minutes pass where it's just Owen of the Snow stood at the center, and this other person doesn't seem to arrive. You see the king in his kingly box in front of you on the other side, the furthest side from where you are. He speaks to some of his aides and then steps up and says, "It seems Owen of the Snow wins by default. The Muriel has forfeit." Everyone loses their minds. There's a small halfling next to you who's kind of a little bleary-eyed. He sits down near where you are and looks over and says, "This is bullshit, mate. This is bullshit. It's the second time today there weren't a fight. Paid 1 good silver for this seat. It's not as good as the other years, yeah. And I swear to God, Walter was fucking stabbed in the heart last one. Telling you, they did something funky. They're doing something funky. Yeah, it's rigged.
Wait,
it's rigged.
what?
It's fucking rigged.
Wait, you saw the last fight?
Yeah. Pay good money to see all these fights.
You've seen them all.
Yeah, rigged though. Rigged, it's all bullshit.
Rigged how? How did Drift win? Tell me
Drift?
everything.
I don't fucking know. Some kid walked out, they called him a curse breaker, come out with some bullshit story.
Okay.
He fucking
And
walks
then
out
what?
against fucking Walter, the fucking Red. He's only gone and fought every fucking year. Yeah, he's fucking gone out here, and then he fucking they sort of just had a conversation for a minute. Walter dances around him, and then this kid just fucking hits him in the back of the head. He falls over, stabbed him in the fucking heart. I'm telling you, stabbed him in the heart. Stabbed him in the heart. And
what about his first fight?
No, that was all underwater. I didn't see none of that.
Underwater. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see none of it.
Great. Thank you.
Yeah, it was impossible to see. I'm telling you, they just do it on purpose. He points up at the wizards. They do it on purpose to make it look like it's all special and that. But I reckon it's just all smoke and mirrors. It's all rigged. It's all scripted, isn't it? Hey, at least Godfrey ain't gonna win. Godfrey always bloody wins. drinks his drink. The barbarian in the middle kind of throws his axe down and then walks away from the center of the arena. And that's where we're going to go to our break for the evening.
Oh, man.
Holy shit.
When we
Yay, yay.
return, it will be finale. I'm impressed you made it to the finale, I'm not going to lie.
You did not think we would get this far.
No, also, Owen of the Snow was never supposed to be in the finale.
Yeah. What the hell?
You once again have fucked with everything I had planned. Thanks very much. D&D, everybody.
We'll be
D&D.
back.
We'll be back in a
It's
few
all
minutes.
scripted.
It's all scripted. I
Yeah,
did
right.
kind of script it a little bit. I knew who was going to win each fight, kind of. I was like, oh, well, this is going to obviously happen here. This one would easily beat this one, isn't it? Like, you fucked my whole game up, man. No, you
Sorry,
didn't.
man.
I mean, what I'm more excited about is how rich John's character is going to be.
Oh,
Yeah, we didn't talk
that's
about the
terrible.
gold from
I'll
the,
put it this way. Yeah, you're going to, if you win this, you'll be fucking rich. You're going to get extra rich from the Boulder Downs. But also, you now actually have a chance at winning the finale.
So
You have fucking
sick.
no like it would
So
have to
sick.
have been just super amazing fucking crits every round, perfect
Yeah.
fucking bullshit
And I gained a level. I leveled up.
to win
Oh,
against
So
Muriel the Silence.
sick.
Now you are fighting Owen of
I
the
have 3
Snow.
spell slots.
You have 3 spell slots. You got HP.
I healed him.
You have-
Did I heal? I thought you were gonna get in trouble for that.
inspired you. I feel I got it, but did I inspire?
The chance of winning is so much higher now than it was previously. We'll find out how he does after the break. We'll be back in a few minutes. Go and sharpen your swords and
Everybody go pee and get popcorn.
popcorn. We'll be back
Bye.
in a few
Fist
minutes.
those
Thank you
up.
very much for watching. Okay,
Oh,
I'm going.
man.
See you in a few. everyone,
everybody.
and welcome back. We're joined once again by Drift and Eero. Some time has passed. An hour has passed. If you want to use hit die of any kind, you can do that now.
I don't need to.
Okay.
Can I ask you a question,
Shockingly.
Yeah,
on that
you've-
situation?
You've rested for an hour. You have your spell slots back, but you don't need them back. Anything you get after an hour has returned. I don't think that's anything for either of you. The door opens once again, and a familiar small form walks over to the table and slams down a piece of parchment and unrolls it. He pulls out a quill and some ink and dips it and says,
Okay then, for the very last time, we are going to declare our spells, equipment, potions that you have, and your weapons, please, Mr. Curse Breaker.
I will be using shield.
Shield the spell, yes?
Yeah, yes.
Is that it?
Rat. Yeah, the spell.
Just that? You're not taking a sword?
No. Wrathful Smite as the spell.
Wrathful Smite? Yes.
I will also take my Shadow Sword into battle.
Yes, the Shadow Sword, yes.
A dagger.
A dagger, yes.
One healing potion. Do we still have that healing potion, Hero?
I don't know. Do you?
I check my bag. Oh, one healing potion.
One healing potion. Still just
And
one? Okay.
yeah, just anything else? I think that's it.
Okay then. Remember not to throw your dagger. Let's go. The finale begins.
and he steps down and heads out. He's fully
And my
armored.
shield!
I'm sorry?
My shield?
Turns around, walks back to the table, unfolds the parchment.
And one shield.
Sorry about that.
I have a friendly disposition towards small people. Come on then.
And he steps out of the room, and for the last time walks down the hall towards the archway that leads you out into the arena. Eero, are you following?
Yep. A bit begrudgingly.
Okay. I wondered whether you were just going to sit and sulk in the bedroom, but no. You both are led. You're both led towards the archway. The small gnome points and says,
Okay then, out there. Go stand by the closest column. Their opponent is Owen of the Snow.
and he points. He's already out there. Ahead of you is this barbarian. He just looks like a complete wild man standing out in the middle of this kind of field surrounded by all of these people. The Coliseum is fully alive again. Doesn't seem to be any atmosphere. You can tell that like most of the people here are super drunk, and the little gnome turns to you, Eero, and says,
You must stay here, of course.
All right.
he looks up at you and says,
This one is a strange boy. I did not expect him to be able to fight as well as he does. Where did he train? Where did he learn these skills?
He's done a lot of things that I haven't expected him to do.
Yes, he has a strange smell about him. I can't put my finger on what it is, but something is off. I don't trust it. You should be careful who you hang around with, you know.
Well, one thing that I've learned in my time is that you can't make people act the way that you want. The only thing that you can do is try your best to support your friends whenever possible.
I suppose so. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't be cautious. I've been a guard for many years in this city. And many people have betrayed many other people. And they always have that smell to them.
You're not the first person that's told me such things. It would also not be the first time that, well, that I've had such things happen to me. But if you change who you are simply because of the way other people act, then can you really claim to be yourself anymore?
I'm not much one for poetry, I'm afraid. Good luck in the tournament.
And he steps away and walks off, heads down the corridor back to whatever business he goes to with his 2 scrolls under his arm. Drift, as you head out onto the onto the field, the king stands once again in kingly box, in his regalia, in his wonderful clothing. The light shines from his scepter as he holds it high, and he says, "The final fight is here! Fighters, pick your poison!" In front of you, as you step into the center, a table with many potions on it stands.
Oh.
He says, "1 potion to be drunk each, and then the finale begins." There's a from the people. "Owen of the Snow, Prince of the Moonlands, versus Drift the Cursebreaker, defeater of Walter the Red. Pick your potion."
Man, I got anxiety right now.
There is a table in front of you. There are 40 potions on the table.
40?
Different sizes, different shapes,
40?
different colors. 40 potions are on the table. Owen,
Am I there with him, or is it just him?
no, you're in the archway. Like, I mean, you've been shouting at him and he can hear you and stuff like that. But you're not near him necessarily. No.
Okay.
If that's what, yeah, depending on how you want to, whatever. The in front of you, Drift, you see this barbaric-looking gentleman, and he looks like a wild man. Very thick furs around these very stocky dwarven shoulders. Even for a dwarf, this guy looks fucking huge. He's like jacked as shit. He's like a WWE wrestler of dwarves looking type dude. He has just a scowl over his face. Every inch of his skin appears to be scarred. He doesn't look like he has normal skin anymore. He just looks like he's made of scar tissue. He has a scowl over his face. One of his eyes is kind of slightly closed from a terrible scar that seems to run around the edge of it. He doesn't say anything. He just grunts, heads over towards the table, and a huge hand reaches out and grabs a potion. And
Please.
Please get a potion of like making him a baby.
he grabs it and swigs it. The king says, "Drift, come now." If you want to pick a potion, roll me 2d20.
Oh my god, so I can't investigate. There's no labels, no nothing. Can't do it based off colors.
I mean, you can, but everyone's
No,
waiting.
I should. I'll leave it to my dice. All right, 2d20. 2d20 out.
Yep.
9.
9. All righty. So
That's what I didn't want to hear. That is what I did not want to hear.
I can't tell right now. He made a chuckle when the guy drank a potion. He's made a chuckle when you drank a potion, and now I don't know what to do.
He like spit on his own food.
That's like when Brad knows Brad's got something already going on in his head, and I hate it.
Nope. Yep.
I chugged.
Okay, yeah. Now roll me a d4.
Oh shit. 3.
3. You reach out, you grab a potion, just any old potion. It's purple in color. It seems to bubble. You drink it. It tastes pretty nice. It's like grape. In front of you, your opponent. Fuck me. I don't even know how I'm going to do this. I need to roll for something completely insane right now.
Oh God! Are we ruining your game?
No.
He ruined his own game.
I
He
ruined
made
my own game. I have 40 different things that could happen, so I need to grab the fucking thing that makes this happen. But I don't know what. It's insane.
Can
I'll
I
tell you
eventually
after.
find a sheet of making things happen in D&D, please?
Let's see here. In fact, I might as well just get you to roll me it. Roll me a D100.
God damn it!
D100. This is for him though. This is for him. I need.
Oh. 60.
60. Let's see here.
Plus 60 to strength.
Oh my god. Oh wait, no. Oh my god. Now roll me another D100.
What the fuck? 12? I'm fucked. I'm fucked, or I'm either like, really, this is gonna be easy.
I think this is gonna be a great.
God damn.
I think it's going
This
to
is
be
gonna be great.
entertaining
Okay.
based on Brad's reaction.
So, Drift. You
Come on.
stand, you drink the potion,
Yeah.
and then you hear a voice speak to you. It says, Where am I? Where am I? Who are you?
What? Who are you?
The voice appears like it's coming from down towards your left. What's happening here?
What do you mean? What do you mean? What's happening?
You look at your hand. There's a mouth in the center of your hand. It's barely got lips, thin lips, teeth, sharp. Across the center of your hand, there's a mouth speaking to you. It says, "What's going on here, and quickly?"
I'm gonna fight someone. I need to win.
You? Well, you won't have my help. That's for sure.
Wait, why? What are you?
Am I your left hand or your right hand?
My left?
Are you left-handed or right-handed?
Right?
Huh. Fine. Well, good luck.
What is that supposed to mean?
The hand spits at you.
I spit back at my hand.
Ahead of you, Owen of the Snow
That's my boy.
raises an axe, a massive battle axe, and he hits the ground. Your hand feels odd, feels tingly, feels strange, but for the most part, you can still use it. For the record, that is the hand that holds your shield, just in case you need to
True.
worry about that at some point.
Oh, fucking no.
The king says, "Now then, spin the dice." The big D4 appears. I finally have a D4 that I can show you. They look like this. Big spheric triangle pyramidal thing. It appears in front of you, Drift. He says, "Now it is time. The Rose Guard Autumn Festival finale of the melee contest begins with a single roll of the dice. Spin the dice. Roll me a D4.
Ah! You see me just hit into it. And just to ask you real quick, do I not know what happened to this guy?
Nothing that you can see seems to have happened
Okay.
to him.
Okay.
If he had turned blue or something, I would have told him.
Oh, it's water! Oh no! No! Maybe good. Maybe the hand thing will drown.
The arena starts to hum. The two columns with magical runes over them light up that aquan blue, and then water suddenly pours from the top of them. and starts to fill the arena once again. Ha ha! Cries the king. Home sweet home, Drift. Well then, let us see who wins. And may the contest begin. Water stage. Let me bring back the water stage.
Oh my.
Let me see. Okay, so you're over here. I'll put Iridir in
if
the
he has a
wings.
potion of breathing underwater, I'm gonna freak out.
You could breathe through the mouth in your hand.
He hates me. My hand hates me.
Let me bring you over.
My hands hated me a couple times in my life. I don't give a shit.
So,
I think for very different reasons, though.
Oh, very different.
once again,
My hand never had a mouth on it.
There's some Evil Dead shit going on with
the two columns spit water into the arena, and 30 feet of seawater suddenly appears in the arena. There we go. Why is this not playing? Hey, the finale begins. Please roll me some initiatives, boys. Why can I not see your name?
It's game time.
There we go.
Oh my god.
All right, Owen of the Snow.
Critical fail on my initiative.
Owen rolls a 17.
First time I don't get to go first.
All right. So,
Maybe.
Got it out of the way. Got it out of the way. We're fine.
the beginning. The Coliseum goes mad around you. The water fills up. Owen stumbles for a moment as the water hits his legs, and he grunts again. He looks up in front of him as the water fills up around him. He begins to float and swim, as I assume you do as well.
Absolutely.
He is... Oh my god. He just moved. He just suddenly starts swimming. He just doggy paddles forward. This huge great axe in his hand. His armor is furs and stuff. So where Sir Sieg's armor was like heavy plate, this guy looks like he's swimming a lot lighter than Sieg did. He doesn't look comfortable swimming though. He just fucking doggy paddles at you. As he's moving towards you, he brings his great axe out of the water, and you see a bolt of lightning crackle. It hits his great axe, and the thing suddenly has like an electric energy to it. The crowd goes crazy, and he swings that thing at you. In the water, disadvantage, natural 1. Okay.
Does the lightning hit him in the head?
It electrocutes.
He's getting electrocuted.
Just roll
Holy
a D20
shit.
here. Okay. The swing launches towards you, and you just duck your head under the water. The crackle of lightning electrifies the water above where you duck under, and it just the form of Owen is spun around a few times in the water from the force of it, and he right, time to die, little one. Let's see how you fight. He screams, but that is the end of his turn. This guy has no bard with him. Or does he? No, I think he does have a bard. Am I stupid? I think he did have a bard. Oh yeah, he does have a bard. From the other archway, bagpipes begin to play. The horrific sound of bagpipes. And that is the end of his turn. There. Iridir, your turn.
Nothing happened with him?
Nothing. Oh, nothing.
I'm giving Drift like a really intense look, and I kind of bite my lip as I choke down a little vomit, and I say, the third opponent arrives and misses the mighty curse breaker. Show your love, show your appreciation for the one true champion of this tournament, Drift the Curse Breaker. And I will inspire him.
A bardic inspiration to Drift, whose turn it is now.
So I immediately, I hear that, and I like sort of glance back at him like side-eyed, and I just look at this dwarf, and I point at him, and I go, "It's time," and I immediately will cast good old. Do I do this one now? Hexblade's Curse. I'm gonna Hexblade Curse him right off the bat.
Okay.
The Shadow Sword goes out, and I pull it out, and I'm gonna go for a big slash in the water. So it's disadvantage, correct?
You have normal attack. No advantage, no disadvantage against him right now. While in the water.
Great. Okay. Wow. All right. 18.
And 18 hits him.
Yes. 9 damage.
9 damage. So the sword cuts through the water and
Plus, sorry, because I have the bullshit. Hexblade's Curse. What is it? 1d. Sorry, it's only been a week, right? Yeah, I'm gonna bring this guy down. Okay, 1d, or it's just +2, so it's 11.
11.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you notice that he's not even facing you. He's still kind of recovering from the water. You point at him, he doesn't see it. You just bring this sword over, and it's hard to maneuver in the water, but it's easy to hit him. He doesn't even seem to try and avoid your strike. You cut open a tear in his back. It cuts through the hide, and you see some blood run out and then spill out into the water. He. Is that the end of your turn there?
Yeah. I had to use my bonus action.
His axe is still electrified. He brings it up and just swings at you. Blap. That is a 7. The axe just wired over the top of your head. The crack of electricity very far. It made me a few of your hairs kind of become static, and he just spins and the axe hits the water. You think you've won, don't you? You think I've never fought a man in water? It's the end of his turn.
All right.
You're up, cool.
Did I hear him say that by chance?
Probably, yeah.
You don't fight like it!
Give me a intimidation check.
It's a 22.
He says, you ever speak to me like that again, dwarf, elf, halfling? I'll find you. I'll kill you.
No, you won't, because I'll be in water.
Where did my map go? Where did the map go? Hello? Game? Roll 20, why? Hang on. Roll 20 map just disappeared, but only on the Mozilla one, which is the stream one.
Uh-oh.
Good work. Good work.
Did you put it on a layer by chance? Oh no, because it's
No,
not
it's just fuck. A refresh. Roll 20. Oh no, no, please, please. God damn it.
Why now? Why now? I have
What's
so much.
happening, roll 20? Come on, man.
My immersion.
Are we in?
Come on,
No.
load up.
Excuse me, did I see dragon porn on that thing? That I saw?
Dragon porn.
I've never been on anything in my Mozilla apart from roll 20 and Twitch. Hey, thanks. 10 out of 10. Streaming experience. Thanks, roll 20. Okay. I've never had problems with Roll20 until these last 2 months where there's just been nothing but problems. I don't know what is happening over there. Their servers and stuff are going crazy. Whose turn is it? All right, Iro. So Drift, your turn.
Yeah. Okay, so can't swim. I'm just gonna like be laughing at him as Iro was, and I'm going to wrathful smite my my weapon as a bonus action, or myself, and I'm going to be swinging my shadow sword back at him again.
Okay.
Another big cut, and this one's gonna really hurt him. Normal again.
Normal.
Wow, this is great. 12, and no. Yeah,
No?
I missed.
Okay. Yeah, you swing at him, but he's just kind of like flailing around in the water a little bit. The shadow sword just kind of misses him naturally as you swing at him. He counters. He brings his great axe back up. The lightning. In fact, you know what? I'm gonna. Oh. He goes insane. He says, don't think you can defeat me. No, nobody can defeat Owen of the Snow. And he brings the great axe down on a 15 this time. He hits. Now.
Why does he hit?
Because it's a reckless attack.
This one is a reckless attack. This one strikes you. Everyone in the arena hears this. There is a fuck off great boom as this axe comes down, hits Drift, and then there's the bolt of lightning which was caught by the axe is unleashed. Boom! This insane, deafening noise. There's a ripple of the water as it launches outwards, and you are hit by this axe. It is going to deal 9 slashing.
Holy
damage,
shit!
plus
Thank God I healed you.
10 thunder damage, and I need a strength save from you as you are smacked underwater. You just get fucking hit like boom, boof, and you're just launched underwater.
Oh my god!
Give me a strength save.
Normal?
Yeah.
5.
5 is a fail. You are launched 10 feet underwater. Just you are like spun around. And Owen from above you says, for everyone else in the crowd, you hear him say, "Ah! I knew I'd get him eventually!" Ah! He lifts his axe into the air, and another bolt of lightning electrifies it. Iridir, it's your turn.
Holy sh!
I'm face palming, and is the bard with the bagpipe still, still going on in the background?
Yeah, there's a similar looking dwarf, to be honest, to the guy that's in the thing, but he's playing bagpipes in the opposite archway to you.
Okay.
Constantly.
I point my finger to at him across the other side, and I say,
Are you wounding the sheep? Or is that supposed to be music? You should actually try to play a song as opposed to the bleating sounds of a sheep in heat.
Give me an intimidation check.
12.
He drops the bagpipes. He throws them down. He looks over at you and does this. Pulls a thumb across his throat. He pulls out a sword and then walks into the back of the archway. He looks fucking pissed, dude. Doing anything else mechanical here?
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Would we, as Rin in 19, hear and see that situation that just happened?
Give me perception checks with disadvantage. So I don't know if you can see very well. I think you guys. I'll put you on the map where I think you guys.
I'm not paying attention. I'm watching the water for drift to come back up.
You guys are pretty close to this side over here, so you're probably. And I'll put the
15.
I'll put your characters in. You guys are probably like here, up in the stands, a little somewhere up here, maybe because you're in the seated area.
So Brad, did that critical
15,
fail just give him like disadvantage?
No, that critical fail actually was that he just basically it was completely misses you, and he would hit an ally, but he doesn't have any allies, so.
Gotcha.
He would have hit an ally and fucked someone up though if he had anyone else there, but you had disadvantage. Sorry, 19. Give me another perception check.
Oh yes, I'm so sorry.
14. I think you probably you heard Iridius shout something at someone, but I don't know if you would know. Oh no, actually, I guess he was saying, yeah. I think you probably witnessed most of that. Yeah, and can work it out. Yeah.
If I were to witness that, is there somewhere I can go to stand, kind of ish behind Eero? Like, and by ish behind Eero, I
just
mean,
go and stand. You know how to get there. He's in the archway where the fighters enter, and you're allowed access, so you can head down.
I just want to go literally make sure he sees me, and I nod at him, and I just kind of want to turn around and watch.
Wait, where are you going? Are you not going to stay and watch?
Oh, I'm going to watch, but I'm also going to, and I kind of, a couple seconds ago, Eero, if you didn't see it, it looked like he might have gotten threatened by the other bard.
Oh.
Stand down there to make sure nothing happens. I'd keep your eyes open.
Oh, okay. Okay, I will.
I'll be over there. I won't be far.
And I just go over and kind of stand behind Eero and look at Eero and.
Come on,
Drift. You are underwater. The world is topsy-turvy. You have a big fucking wound in your front, which is spilling blood out. And
Bad.
What do you want to do?
I'm 10 feet away from him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give these people the show that they want. I'm gonna swim up towards him.
Yeah.
And go for a big old stab in the gooch and like try and bring him up on my sword.
Okay. Attack roll. It's a standard attack. You have advantage, but you're in water, so stand. 24 is a hit.
Plus the 6, so that's 8 plus a 1d because I had Wrathful Smite. Next time you hit with a melee weapon, it deals an extra 1d6 psychic damage. Target is a creature, you must pass wisdom save. So 1d6. So that's 13 damage.
13 damage is dealt to this young man. I don't think you stab him in the gooch.
No, that's fine.
I think
Upper
you're like swimming. You're trying to swing. You bring it upwards and you swing towards him. He doesn't seem to even be aware that you're there. He is almost showboating at the top. You bring the sword up and you just feel it run up the inside of his leg. He reacts to it quickly, but then you catch part of his body as well on the front of it as you bring it up, and you just leave a horrible trail of blood behind. And then the form of Drift pierces up out of the water in front of where this guy is. Some blood rushes up around him. There's the cry of the guy as he takes the damage, and the wail of the crowd as you.
Oh, and Brad, sorry.
Yeah.
Is that 24 with the? Isn't that something because I have what's it called on? Sorry.
You rolled a
Because
17.
I have Hexblade's Curse.
It's not a natural 19.
Yeah, you need
Is that
a.
a natural 19?
It was a 17. If you hover over it, it says it's the bottom right hand one.
Damn,
17
it
plus
was such
5
high
plus 2.
points. I was like, damn. Okay, you're right. Cool.
Owen of the Snow says, "Ah, there you are." Yeah, he's just
If it was a
swinging wildly.
Wrathful Smite, doesn't he have to make a saving throw?
Oh yeah, he
Yeah.
does. Yeah, with save, wasn't it?
Fail it.
3. Natural 1.
Natural 1!
Yes, natural 1.
What does that mean for him? I forget. He's frightened.
Weird.
I don't know, but I'm excited. No, he's frightened.
Run,
Until the
bitch!
spell ends. He's frightened.
He can't move willingly close to you. Okay.
Yeah.
And he's got disadvantage on his attack against you.
And he has disadvantage on his attack roll. Okay, I mean, yeah, same thing happens. He swings his great axe at you,
Please don't hit.
with disadvantage. A 7.
Let's go!
The crackle of energy from it over the top of your head, and he just starts to look around him. You're right in front of him, and he looks around him. Iridir, your turn.
I yell, Drift! Don't forget the potion! As loud as I can. And that's it for me.
All right, Drift, your turn.
So I remember the healing potion, but it takes an action, correct, Brad?
Yep.
And what does a healing potion entail as far as healing? How much?
4 plus 2.
2d4 plus 2.
Yep.
What a great time since he's running away from you like a big bitch.
I know. But I'm putting on a show. No, in that moment, I'm actually gonna listen to Eero because he is correct. I am gonna unravel, get out of my bag the healing potion, and I'm gonna chug it.
Okay, roll me 2d4 plus 2.
Seven.
7 healing points, or hit points, return to your body.
Great.
Your hand says, well, now just... That's it.
That's it.
Yeah, it's underwater, dude. He hasn't said... He's been trying to speak the whole time, but you can't hear anything.
I think this is a good thing. I don't know, but I'm pretty sure based off things. Yeah, that'll be the end of my turn.
Okay. Owen of the Snow, looking around wildly, attempts to swing his great axe at you again. A 15 is a miss.
Yep.
Whoosh. It's pretty close.
Let's
but
go!
he's kicking his legs, his little dwarven legs in the water. Hero, doing anything?
I say, look at Owen of the Snow! So pathetic that even his bard left him! Drift! 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 Drift!
Drift!
Give me an intimidation check.
Me?
No. Hero.
18.
18. Owen seems to be concentrating on swimming and fighting, and he looks a little confused, and he has a strange expression on his face that... Give me an insight check, Hero.
Okay.
What?
7.
You have no idea what the fuck is going on with his face. He might be trying to hold in like a fart or something, but you're not too sure what's going on here. He's got a fucking weird look on his face.
Stay away from his ass!
Drift.
Stay away. Do I hear that?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm going for his head. I'm gonna go for a slit, I'm just gonna try and cut the side of his neck.
Okay. Give me the attack roll. It's a standard attack roll.
Right. 24!
24 is a hit.
24! 13 damage plus 2. That's 15 damage.
15 damage. All right, 15 damage is dealt as you slice through the air. The blade strikes Owen just clean across the face, and it cuts deep. This huge gash opens up on the side of his face, and blood runs through it. You see part of his hair cut away, and this gash must run around the back of his head. It pushes him to the side, and he kind of face plants into the water, splash, and then he cries out. He is still going though.
What the hell? Dude, he can one-hit me. He can legitimately one-hit me.
Well, he can't come near you, right? I was actually a little confused about that.
He can't come near me, but he can still swing, right?
Yeah, he can still attack.
You can't move closer to the target. Fear.
And he has disadvantage, so he's just in a bad spot.
Doing anything else?
No. This is all literally, I'm just putting on a God. We haven't moved at all. We're just beating the shit out of each other.
He says, right. No the face. No the face win. No the face win. And he just launches this thing at you again.
A reckless?
With a reckless attack. A 15. He hits the water like surprisingly far from where you're stood or swimming. Like he hits it like a foot away from where you are, and it just a torrent of water lifts up, and he goes underwater for a moment. He comes back up. I'll get you. And there's still a crackle of electricity to his axe. Iridir.
I say, oh, is the water too deep for your little legs, Owen? Perhaps your bod could... Oh, wait! Your bod is missing! Perhaps he feared that he might die from embarrassment!
Give me 2 intimidation checks.
18.
Oh my God, Eero!
And a 13.
Owen still does not give a shit about you. He seems to be concentrating on some other shit. Behind you, you hear, "Who you calling Craven?" And you spin about, and the bard who was playing the bagpipes is standing there. He's got a long sword out, and he's staring at you. He says, "Right, no more from you, boy."
So, if I see him come up, then
19, roll me initiative.
I was about to say, I see this, right? I see this, right?
This is so many scenes of fucking action right now.
16.
16. All right. Let me add you in. What are you doing here, Ryan?
Yeah. I'm going to. Yeah, if I see him sort of coming in at me, I'm going to cast Hideous Laughter on him.
All right.
Yes.
What does that do?
He's got to make a Wisdom saving throw or fall prone, becoming incapacitated and unable to stand up for the duration.
On what save? Sorry.
Wisdom.
Wiz save. Okay. Let's see. I have to roll it here because I don't have a real thing for him. Hey! That is a 21.
Oh yeah, he makes it.
You cast this spell at him, and he says, "Nay, nay, 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 nay. No more tricks. I got a few tricks, but I didn't need them for you, weakling." And he just starts stomping towards you.
And I say, that's too bad. Tricks are rather helpful. And I sort of like glance up at 19. And I say, where's your bagpipes?
He says, "I didn't need them. I got all I need here. No tricks.
That's too bad. Because I saw a sheep in the audience earlier, and I thought perhaps maybe you could make it happy.
Dice is gonna feel real good, you know. He starts stomping towards you. 19, you had a 16. He is, wow. He is 20.
Oh my god.
19 is 16.
You got a 20?
He got a 20.
Oh no!
Drift.
Yeah.
Your turn.
I'll do my best, hero.
In the water.
It's my moment.
It's your turn, yeah.
Great. I'm going to. I'm in a bloodlust right now. I've landed hits. I'm feeling great. So I'm gonna look up to the stands. Is this the fight you wanted? Is this the fight you wanted? And I hold up my shadow sword, and I just like grip it harder, and you see like shadows start to. And I go for just a ultimate, just knock him out. I'm going for a knock him out right on the head. Just done. Ending the fight right here. With this roll.
20.
Oh my fucking god.
Is a hit.
9 plus 2, that's 11 damage.
Minus 11. You bring it up. You bring it down. You cut off his ear. His ear, boom, launches off and floats on the top of the water. He grips the side of his face. Ah! You bastard! Oh, where's my ear going? You wee little bastard, you done it now. Not the other one. He says, he's still up.
Oh my god!
Dynamic now in the water, watch out!
You doing anything else?
Jesus. No, no, no.
Okay. A great axe comes launching towards you.
Please just miss.
Isn't that drum deer first?
Oh yeah, they have the same token. I mean, it's separate fight. It's a 9. Yeah, crackle of energy over the top of you. Drum deer just walks past. He doesn't even see you there, 19. He just walking past you. He's only got eyes for Iridir. Drum deer, I have to roll this with my actual dice. Swings his sword at you.
At Iro?
Iridir, yeah. He's just fucking trying to fucking stab Iro in the stomach. 13.
That makes it, breaks it.
Really?
Oh my
Let's see here. So I need 7 plus 3, 10 slashing damage.
No!
He just drives it forward, just blah, just stabs you in the stomach, and then pulls it out. Right, your tongue's next, skinny bastard.
Well, unfortunately, I can't do anything to yours. It's still inside the sheep.
19, it's your turn.
I have 2 questions before I start this turn, Brad.
Yep.
What do I roll if I end up using a rope to try to get someone? What would I roll for that?
If you want to do what?
Let's say I had a rope and I want to lasso this bitch. Say I wanted to do that. What would what would I roll for that?
Roll me
If
a
I do-
d20 plus your dexterity, no proficiency.
Oh, I just wanted to know what I would roll first. So I wanted to check out and see if it even be something I think my character could do. If that makes any sense.
It would just be a dex attack.
Plus the dex.
Yeah, but
Okay.
you're not proficient with it, so it'd be
And if I wanted to grapple him, that would be strength.
an athletics check, yeah.
An athletics check. Okay. The first thing I want to do then is since he doesn't know I'm there, is there any guards anywhere around us?
Yeah, does anybody try to stop this from happening?
Gotta be guards
There's,
somewhere, right?
There's a few guards that are like milling around in the entrance behind you, but they're not like here. You just know that they're around there. You've seen them walk past a few times. The stewards seem to be busy doing other things.
First thing I want to ask then is, can I yell to the guards?
You do whatever you want. You tell me what you want to do, and I'll tell you what happens.
I would like to yell to the guards, but it's going to be an action. That's what I guess I need to know. I would assume.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Then I'm not going to yell for the guards. I'm going to go straight for a grapple on him.
I do this action. Cancel. I do this. Cancel. I'll do this.
I just literally
instead.
didn't know what I need to roll, and I just don't.
I
I have no clue. So I'm going to go for a grapple.
Okay, give me an athletics check.
Yep.
You gotta roll fucking high.
12.
So you're just trying to grab him?
The thought process is going to be like almost like a choke hold is what I was going to be trying to do, but I was going to come behind him and be like, now you need to calm down. And then I was going to try to grapple him.
Yeah, you like get round behind him and you get like an arm underneath his neck, and he just grabs you with like 2 hands and quite like easily. Maybe he's quite strong, but it's more that you don't have a good grapple him before he reacts quickly. He just drags your hand away and just, the fuck you then? The fuck you come from?
Behind you. Now
Stay
calm
there,
down.
Golem.
You hear me?
That's between me and him.
It's between us 3 now. Calm
Hey,
down.
who the fuck's you?
I'm 19. What's your name?
Carry on
Fucking
straight up
drum deer,
conversation.
bastard. You fuck off.
Well, how about I buy
Hey,
you a
you-
beer after this and you calm down?
How about you fuck off, Golem?
Oh, how about I
fuck's
fuck off,
controlling
do
you?
I?
The fuck's controlling you?
My sword and my shield are out at that point in time.
Yeah, he's just shouting wildly. Iridir, it's your turn.
Yeah, I'm sort of like holding this wound, like 19. No, no, we don't want to get in any more trouble. And I say, besides, I'm sure this one is considering all of the sheep in the nearby kingdom as possible girlfriends. And I cast a hideous laughter on him again.
All right.
Come on. Come on.
I'll give you
Wisdom saving throw.
with 8.
That is a fail.
Yes!
So what happens to him? He just falls into laughter.
He falls prone.
Falls prone,
and
incapacitated.
Up to a minute.
All right, yeah, he just. oh, that's good. That's good. That he drops his sword. Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts. Hey, you bastard! And he's just on the ground laughing. A guard walks past behind and just looks at you all and carries on.
Yeah, I
That it?
yeah, I don't know. I think I don't think I say anything. No.
All right, Drift. Your turn.
Yeah,
In the water.
in the water.
That's fucking good.
Yeah, it's just been all action packed. I've landed shots. I'm gonna finish this fight right here. It ends now. So you see me bring up the shadow sword, and I just scream at the top of my lungs, "For the king!" And you just see me slow motion, just because I feel this has to be it. Slow motion. The sword cuts across his body, non-lethal damage. Not trying to kill this one at all. And I'm trying to knock him out with this right here.
All right. Standard attack.
14. I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Give me the inspiration.
Holy shit.
1d6.
1d6. I almost did it in chat. 1d6. And like as it's cutting through him, and I notice I'm like sort of missing the attack. I just think of like Eero in that moment, and that we're friends, and how much he's helped me in this battle. And I think of the 2 battles before this, and I get a 6. 20.
Brings it up to a 20. That's a hit.
13 damage.
13 damage. You bring this thing down across his chest.
Yeah.
There's a splash of water and it quickly turns red as you bring a line across this guy's chest, and he's sent backwards. Ugh. He dips underwater. Blood rushes up, followed by his head. You fucking bastard! I know where you are now. Still up. He is still up. He is fucking fucked though. He's covered in blood and wounds. But he's still going. Rin in the stands. The halfling next to you says, "Yeah, it's rigged, isn't it? Telling you it's rigged. Who do you reckon
No.
though? Who do you reckon though?
It's not rigged.
Who's gonna win?
Drift, the curse breaker.
It looks like he's really winning, doesn't it? Like, the thing is, I don't understand how he's doing that much damage, but this guy's still up, yeah? Which means illusion magic. I'm telling you, it's illusion magic. None of them cuts is real. It's all fake. It's all faked.
Just shut up, enjoy the show.
Yeah,
What is wrong with you?
yeah, no. I'll suspend my disbelief. Go on, Ned! Cut him again! He shouts. Drumdeer, the bard,
He's got to make a wisdom saving throw.
makes a wisdom saving throw and has to beat what?
The end of his turn.
7. He's just on the floor. Ah! Oh, I'm gonna be sick, he says in a London accent. Back in the water, Owen,
Shit.
blood running down his face, blood all in the water around from both of you. Brings this fucking electrified battle axe, great axe across towards you with disadvantage. 12 is a miss. He says,
Right, there he is. Little one, ain't you? He's a little one. Lights your eyes. You're just a ween. I ain't gonna miss next time. Say your prayers to whatever fucking shit talking god you pray to, Wayne. You're done.
19.
I have one turn.
I look over at Eero.
Don't hurt him.
I shield slows down, put the sword back in. I want to go down and pick him up laughing, and I'm going to take him to the guards.
All right, give me athletics check.
Athletics check, see if I can pick his fat ass up. God, don't be a heavy dwarf. Don't be a fat dwarf. You're a fat dwarf. You're a fat dwarf.
It's also because he's like wriggling from like convulsive laughing that you really struggle to pick him up. It's like trying to pick up a cat that doesn't want to be picked up. It's just fucking fighting against
Sit
you.
on him.
He's like wriggling
Come on
around.
now. Calm down. I'm going to get you back over to the other side. Will you come with me?
And yeah, you pick him up and he just falls out onto the ground. Oof.
Damn it. He's a wiggly one. Where's my cat at? Where's my cat? Is my cat near me?
It's wherever you want him to. That cat is always just nearby or on your shoulder or in your backpack.
Straight
or
up on my
whatever.
shoulder as soon as I say it.
Yeah.
You like cats, little dwarf?
Nay.
Nay. 19 gets his eyes wide and passes his turn.
There.
Yeah. I'm going to turn back to the crowd, and now I see what's going on. I'm trying to save myself and my life up here, and now I like turn back. I see Drift land the blow, and I say, "Who do you want to win? Drift! 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 Drift!" And giving him my final inspiration.
Brings us to Drift's turn.
Yep. That note, I swing the sword above the water around like 4 times. And I actually am going to charge it with another Wrathful Smite.
Okay.
And I'm going to not try and kill him, but knock him the fuck out. So I swing it around, and you just see me go for the head. Once again, big. This gotta be it, dude. This gotta be it. Ah! I don't know. I got to. I have to. I'm gonna inspire.
11.
I'm not allowed to know what AC he has, huh? He's a barbarian, so I'm thinking he has at least 18. Like, is an inspiration even gonna do anything? We're gonna try it. I don't know what the fart sounds mean.
He did tell you to stay off from his ass earlier.
Yeah, stay away from his ass.
Yep. That makes sense. I'm using my inspiration. 4, 15.
It's a miss by a 1.
No! No!
A great axe comes towards you. He doesn't have disadvantage on this attack because he just screams wildly Hulk style. A 14.
Yes!
He just the water rushes across you as he misses.
My butthole is so clenched it hurts.
Drum Deer makes his wisdom save on the ground. An 8. 19, your turn.
I want to try to pick his stupid wiggly ass up again.
All right, give me an athletics check.
Athletics, you said?
Yeah.
18 this time.
All right, you grab him this time. You pick him up. You drag him over towards where the guards are.
I want to take him over to the guards, and when I get to the guards, they're obviously gonna be like, "What's going on?" And I want to just be like, "XYZ, this happened. This is what's going on. Please keep him under control. Thanks for your service."
Persuasion check.
Persuasion check.
Persuasion check.
Persuasion check. I give it to you. 9.
A 9. Luckily, it was a low DC. The guard says, "Oh right, yeah, no, yeah, give him here then." Right, why is he fucking laughing? Is he drunk? Are you drunk, sir? Sir, can you
Maybe
just
drunk.
stay
I think,
still?
that might be what the problem is. He
Still,
just had too much to
Get
drink.
the manacles on him. Get the manacles. All right, yeah. Thanks very much.
Alcohol, right? Guards are alcohol, right?
Yeah.
Always
Yeah,
making
well-
your job hard. Well, good day to you.
Yeah, good day to you. Fucking alcohol. He takes a sip from his canteen. Yeah.
Good day.
They're manacling Drum Deer elsewhere, and
I walk back over and I just look at Ear and go,
It's taken care of.
Hero.
Back to it.
Thank you.
You do anything, Hero?
I say,
Drift! Don't do this for anyone but yourself. You are the curse breaker. Remember that.
and I say,
This one can't even swim. His bard gave him up. It's all up to you.
Give me an intimidation check.
Get it.
crit 25.
He crit it!
I mean, he's clearly swimming. And he shouts towards the area where Iridir is. He says, "Oh, yeah, I can swim! I can!" It's distracted slightly. It's your turn, Drift.
Instant swing. Notice he's distracted. And I say, I smile. And I go. I look at him in the eye. And I say this to him. This is for me. And you just see me pull back my sword. And normal?
Normal. You have
26.
advantage.
Let's.
26 is
That's
a
a
hit.
19. That's a crit.
That's a 19.
6
Okay.
Got to roll
plus
the dice.
2.
Roll another
D8.
D8.
6 plus 2, that's 8 plus a d6 from the Wrathful Smite. Oh, a 1 on the d8 and then 1d6. Wow.
The worst crit of all time. So that's
11,
8, 9,
11
10,
total.
11. You bring it back. You strike him.
Please.
The Raffle Smite goes off. He's already still frightened of you because I haven't made any more checks for him. You stab him. He looks down. You pull the blade out. A gout of blood.
Oh, you know what? You're a right little bastard. About time I taught you a lesson.
He brings up his axe.
Come
Crackle of
on,
lightning.
Brad! This is insanity!
Barb, they got a lot of HP.
How much? 1,000?
1,000. Is that the end of your turn?
I have nothing else.
He is going to reckless attack you.
Shit.
This does not have disadvantage. A crackle of lightning. 11.
I'm gonna shield. Oh wait, no.
Oh, you
He again. He just brings the thing down, just like 2 feet wide of where you are.
That wasn't it. That wasn't
Wait.
it. That wasn't
Wait,
it.
11? Not 23?
No, 2011.
Yeah. You didn't have to shield me.
Oh my God! Okay. Okay.
You're still in
I
it.
thought I was dead. I lost it all there.
I'm removing Iridir in 19 because you can't do anything, right?
Nope.
Drift, your turn.
He's done! He's done! I'm not gonna kill him though! Still maintain. Okay. If it's not for me, then it's for my friends. And I say this out loud to him. And I just yell at the top of my lungs. Arrow! 19! Red! And like, you just see the veins pop out of my neck. You see my eyes, which are usually blue and red, just go blood-curdling red. And you just see me, like, find somehow, if you're okay with this, Rin in the stands. And I stare at her, and I just pull back my sword. 20.
20's a hit.
6 plus 2, 8 damage.
8 damage. Just straight up damage.
Oh, non-lethal.
You say, this is for my friends. You bring the sword back. You bring it up. You bring it down. And in slow motion, you see
Stop.
Owen cut. You see the blood launch forth from him. And you hear a voice that speaks to you in this moment as you defeat Owen.
Yes!
The voice says, "And you didn't thank me? Aren't I your very best friend?"
Yes, of course, you are. I just didn't want anyone to know.
Yes. Well, soon you'll know my real name, but it won't matter much. Now, leave this dreadful town and go and find your next sanguine feast. Perhaps take a little rest. Rest those eyes. Rest those ears. Rest your weary body. And then, come and see me. We'll have a little palaver. And then you can complete our ritual. Yes?
Yes, yes, of course.
I've been waiting a very long time for someone as strong as you, and now there are only 2 left.
2?
This victory is sweet, but your next victory will be sweeter for you and for me. If you thought this was hard, wait till you meet my vampiric pet.
Of course.
Remember, there can be only one.
I understand.
Enjoy your victory, sanguine one.
Thank you.
Crowd goes wild around you. Everything speeds up again. You hit this dude in the face. Squall cut across the nose. He hits the water and just he sinks. There is blood piling up out of this dude. You hit him so many times. Owen of the Snow is defeated. The crowd goes fucking nuts. Drift, you have won. You have won the Rose Guard
Oh my god.
Autumn Festival Melee contest. The king stands up in his box and addresses you as the waters run free of the arena. And the your winner, Sir Drift the Curse Breaker! People go crazy.
Can I grab Eero, pick him up, and run in and grab Drift and shake him?
Yeah.
Would I get in trouble for that? That's the
No.
real
Roll me a D100.
D100.
Drift. Sorry.
So many questions. 44.
44 gold is showered into the arena. The king steps down from the box that he's in and heads over towards where you are. The body of Owen, breathing, is picked up by a couple of burly guards and dragged away. The water is magically removed, and the king approaches you and steps out across the arena. He brings out a sword, brandishes it in the sky. You see that it glows slightly, and he says, "Drift Curse Breaker."
Yeah, yes, sir.
I am King Wilmar of Rosegard.
It is a pleasure.
Accept this gift. And he brings the sword down and places it in front of you.
I don't know what to. I kneel and take the sword. I don't know what to. Thank you, sir.
He says, "Your first gift of many. Peacekeeper. My enchanted blade." He says, "Now, everybody enjoy the festivities of the evening. Drift the Curse Breaker and I shall have our private meeting, and he shall be knighted as one of us in Rosegard." Where are you from? He says to you.
Me?
Yes, where are you from, child?
Killish.
Double take. No, I can't. Drift, Curse Breaker of Deepwall Gate, shall be knighted as one of our beneficiaries of Rosegard. And he says, "Killish, really?
Yes.
Then we have much to discuss." He says, "And don't think I didn't see that business with Walter. But for now, put on a good show, smile and bow, and we'll speak later on. Drift?"
Of course, King.
Your winner, Drift the Curse Breaker. And he brings out a bag, a big fucking heavy bag. 1,000 gold coins to you. And he hands you the coins, the bag.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
He says, "And your bard, what's his name?"
Iridir.
Iridir. "And the king's new personal bard, Iridir of Deepwall Gate." And he puts an arm out towards you, Iridir.
What? I
beckons you over to him.
I just kind of I look around for a minute and I'm like holding the wound on my side.
He says, "Play a fucking song."
Yes, sorry, Your Majesty. Yeah, I start to play something very rousing and sort of chipper.
Yeah, we begin to play some music, and the king says, "And now, wizards, everyone's feast. Feed the people." And in front of everyone, Rin, you notice in the stands, everybody gets a drumstick and an ale that appears in their lap. A chicken drumstick and an ale appears magically. Everyone cheers. "All hail King Wilmar! All hail Drift the Curse Breaker!" And that is where we end today's session.
Holy shit. I just had a question, actually. I
Yeah.
rolled earlier perception to see if I noticed any members in the crowd.
Oh my
As
god.
soon as I realized what this means.
You did not
Okay.
see any members.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you wouldn't know what's going on, so you did not see anyone.
Hey.
Yeah, there doesn't appear to be anyone, or at least
Anybody
nobody nearby.
No! We're off next week, or I'm off next week.
You're off next week.
No!
So, the main story continues in 2 weeks. But
Christmas. Fuck you, Christmas.
it is Christmas Day.
The feasting.
The feasting. It is Christmas Day, and we have a gift for you. All of us except for John. Whack, Tiger, PB, and me. We're gonna be here for you on Christmas Day. We've cancelled all of our plans, which was really difficult to do. And we are gonna be here at the same time, and we're gonna do a special episode. But if you're freaking out like, man, I'm not gonna be able to see it because it's Christmas Day and I'm gonna be busy, don't worry about it, because it's not gonna be continuation necessarily. It's gonna be a sort of a one shot for Whack, Tiger, and PB, set within the Darkfire kind of setting and
cool.
framework. But it means that if you miss it next week and you're not able to see it or catch up in time for 2 weeks from now when we do the next thing, you won't have missed anything in the continuation of their story. But if you do want to tune in next week, then there is something on. Purely because I don't want to break the streak. I don't think I've ever gotten to episode 20 and not had a week off or anything. So it's been amazing. I really don't want to break the streak. So there will be an episode of Darkfire, but it will be kind of a special episode that you can go back and watch later on, or just entirely miss, and it won't directly affect anything that's happening. So
It'll catch them up with experience to me.
And they're not going to be playing themselves.
Yeah, we're not.
Shit. Okay.
It'll be something else
fun.
on Christmas Day. So it'll just be like a little one shot that we'll do on Christmas Day. Yeah, so don't worry if you miss it. We'll see you in 2 weeks. You can catch it on the VODs. We have the VODs on YouTube, and we have all the VODs on the thing.
We won!
In 2 weeks, we'll see the aftermath of you winning this tournament. I shit you not. I really, 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 didn't want you to win, just from a DM perspective. From a viewer perspective, I really wanted you to win. 2, I didn't expect you to win. And 3,
At all.
fuck, dude. He was blind that whole time. The potion made him blind.
That's why he had disadvantage.
Yeah.
I thought my fear like really scared him or did something weird. to him,
What did
like,
the potion do to John?
The water helped him a lot. The potion
I don't
gave
know.
him.
I-
It made his
What was the
arm.
hand?
It made your arm sentient. That's what it did. Your arm is sentient.
How
It's
long?
alive for 5 days. So write that down somewhere.
So many
'cause
episodes.
I will fucking
so
forget.
many episodes.
I will fucking forget. You have a sentient. Your arm is just alive and talking to you. And
Chat,
normal.
we're gonna need you guys in the next 2 weeks to come up with a name for this mouth.
That needs to be a Patreon, dude.
Yeah, next
Yeah,
Patreon
yeah.
NPC. Everyone's gonna submit it though, and only one person's gonna get it. So don't
Yeah, if
submit
you guys
it.
are on, Patreon, the best one on Patreon, judged by John,
I'm in.
is the one that gets to be
The hand. The rest of them will be.
official hand.
The rest of them will be
Don't touch it,
polymorphed
man.
into random normals.
5 days.
That's so fun.
How was that hand?
So wait, so the reason I rolled 2d100, he became blind and he got that lightning.
No,
axe.
the lightning was just his axe. His
Yeah.
axe.
Fuck that thing. He could have killed me in
was,
2 shots.
Yeah.
How
his-
much life did
Yeah,
you
that
have
was
left after he
insane.
did the 19 damage to you?
When he did 19, I had 9 left because I just leveled up,
Yeah.
or 8 left.
He has a
I'm really
magical.
happy I gave you that 9 health.
He has
Oh,
a,
yeah, dude.
he has a magical
would he-
axe that lets him cast Thunderous Smite twice.
How much HP now that he's?
It was
got-
also a little nod to Akika. He had 70 HP.
Whoa!
Damn.
Yeah,
Barbs.
it was a lot.
Barbs.
Yeah, he had aggressive, which meant that he can run
Akika was-
towards you.
I missed Barb.
I think if you'd been on land, he probably would have kicked the fuck out of you, to be honest. So I think the water again helped you a lot there.
Huge amount.
but he was blind, and I was rolling like perceptions and stuff for him. But he
Wow.
yeah, you did good. You did good, and you deserve the win. You've
Oh, but
made,
the king, that last line, dude, I'm freaking out.
You've made so much money. You've become more
Remember
powerful.
the 70-30 split.
I keep thinking about that.
You've
cool with
become
it.
way
That's so
more
much
powerful, but
Doesn't he have
Probably-
more money coming too from the fucking?
yep.
Yeah.
Oh
As the
my
Boulder
God.
representative, and they put money on you, and you
we have a
win
lot
for
of
them,
money.
they
Gonna
give
be
you a
disgusting.
bonus. I think we worked out it's about 2.5 grand gold, which is insane.
2.5K gold. I could buy you that mount, Tiger.
So
You don't fuck with my
we'll
emotions like that.
deal with that in 2 weeks when we return to the
Hell yeah,
main
that was awesome.
story. You have a meeting with the king. You also get knighted as part of it, but you also murdered someone. There's also all of the business around that. 19 has a jewel, a dawn jewel with the Blood Grip Mafia. Rin has some books to read, has some homework to do,
So much going on.
and Iridir has a serious hangover inbound.
And a really awkward conversation with 19 coming.
and some just awkward conversations all
So
round.
we'll be in town for another 6 months, guys. It's gonna be a lot more.
We'll see about that. So,
Holy shit.
thanks very much for playing, players. Let's do a quick round of shout outs, and we'll start with John. Since you're not here next week, make sure people can go and find you elsewhere.
Yeah.
in
Just
the next 2 weeks.
twitch.tv/John Sandman. Thank you guys as always. It was so funny because the entire episode I kept thinking I was gonna kill him, so I had to keep thinking of cool things that I would do and these epic moments, movie moments, and everyone was so let down at the end when he still wasn't dead. So it was really fun.
That's
But,
one of those
what
moments where I want to fudge rolls and be like, "Yeah, you hit him because that was cool."
yeah,
I refuse to do it in this round.
I loved it. No, thank you guys for watching. It's just the best. Getting better and better.
There you go. John Sandman. Give him a follow. Another lovely man that you should give a follow. Pumpkinberry. Where can people find you?
You can find me and my lovely beard at Twitch or Twitter at Pumpkinberry. And that's it, man. I will also be here Friday for the Shill Show, and then I will be here on Christmas Day. But I love the show and I love the cast. And Brad, you're great, and this is fantastic. Are you fucking kidding me? I was dying that entire time. That was incredible. Yeah, it was great.
Thanks very much, PB. Now go and follow Pumpkinberry. Mr. LT Gray. John Sandman. You've already had a shout out, okay, John Sandman?
I just love that song.
LT Gray.
As soon as you said my name, I yawned. Hi, I'm Tiger Rider. I play 19 on the show. Thanks for coming out and watching us. These episodes have been really, really fun lately. And if you ever want to catch my stream or catch what I do here on Twitch, I'm an entertainer on here. I stream Wednesday through Sundays, and I usually start about 3 p.m. PST. So if you want to check it out, you can do there. You can also just go follow like my Twitter at Tiger Rider TV, and I always update there when I go live. So come say hi, and thanks for watching our D&D show. Really appreciate
Yeah.
it.
And thanks for all the comments and stuff on YouTube. I read all of those.
Yeah, me too.
You guys are great. Thank
I
you so
check
much.
that back. Like, yeah, anyone who just listens to YouTube,
Yeah.
right, or like you know, I always.
Hi,
check
we
that.
see you.
Yeah, we do.
YouTubers, we see you YouTubers. There's a whole crowd of people. Me and Emma talk about it all the time, how there's just a bunch of Tablestory fans and Darkfire fans that are out there that we never see in the chat like during this thing. Like there's just a bunch of you out there watching it on VODs and stuff. So we appreciate the comments and things. Last but not least, Wax Steven, I'll let you do all the Shill Show shout outs and stuff as well, because you know when they at.
Thank you. What's up, everybody? I am Wax Steven. Thank you, as always, for tuning into Darkfire. Thanks for hanging out with us and being awesome and being supportive of the show and the cast and everything. We really appreciate it, and that was a lot of fun today. I like. I can't say enough. If you're wary about playing like the support role in your groups,
God,
don't be. Just embrace it and just go with it. It's enjoyable, and take some initiative sometimes and just be like, yeah, I'm gonna play the hell out of the support role. Just try it, and you'll have a really good time. I promise you. It's good stuff. And
Like, I love you, John, but that wouldn't have happened. The both of all of those fights.
None of those fights.
Hero was clutch.
Hero was everything.
Thank you.
Fuck, yeah.
It's a fun place to go with a bard and with the support classes. Don't undervalue them. You don't have to be like the spotlight person to have a good time, and you can still have a good time doing it. Just do it. It's good stuff. Thank you for hanging out with us, and I hope to see you guys for our other shows. Obviously, with the holidays going on, we're gonna have some craziness going on, so make sure you follow the Twitter, Tablestory, hang out on the Discord as well, and make sure you follow us on the YouTube and this channel as well, because we're gonna have just a lot of info heading your way. This Friday we have the Shill Show, which we use to help keep the lights on here on Tablestory. So come out, hang out, and watch us play Dead of Winter this Friday in honor of this time of the year. What better way to celebrate the holidays than with zombies, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be me, Brad, PB, and Jay, which I always have to.
Fam.
I always have to do it in that order now because it's always got to be PB and J.
Very good.
It's a podcast, right? I mean,
That's
you guys.
too good.
I mean, come on, be there. It's gonna be 4 p.m. Eastern, and we're gonna have a lot of fun. Saturday, I'm pretty sure we've got Crash City going on, but regardless, check out all the social
Thursday
media.
is ragtag.
Yeah, and Thursday we've got ragtags.
I'm in that
check
one.
That out for Jay.
I play a paladin in that one.
Ew, gross.
So-
You're disgusting.
I'm a paladin that came back from the dead and is slowly turned into the dark side, so I know how it feels.
Okay, well that's redeemable, I guess.
I know how it feels, Drift, to have to slowly be twisted by an evil thing.
I think Drift likes it. Okay.
Yeah. Well,
Don't
we'll
tell.
see. We'll see how long he likes it for.
Yeah, really.
We'll see how long he likes it for. So, thank you very much, everybody, for
Why do we
watching.
end with that?
If it were, that's exactly how it should be ended. Okay, Warlock. Okay, you want to steal power from a fucking thing elsewhere that wants you to drink fucking blood, and hyper boost you. What do you think? You think it's gonna end well for Drift? Yeah, sure. We'll see.
Oh, stop! Okay.
we'll see.
Oh my god.
We'll see.
Put this on me.
I just have a little tally of like you guys racking up things that are gonna fucking
God.
boomerang back, bitch. Darkfire boomerang. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Appreciate
Thank
all the
you.
comments. If you have, if you're not here next week, that's fine. Don't worry about it. We'll see you in 2 weeks after the
Happy holidays.
the holiday break. If you're here next week, we'll do a little thingity thing. Tablestory Darkfire story time. And goodbye, everybody. Goodbye. Peace out.
Peace out.
Peace
Peace out.
out.
Say bye, Tiger. Say bye, Tiger.
Bye,
Say
Tiger. Bye.
Say
Bye.
Say
19's in the chat.
Say
Bye. There we go. All right, then. Peace out. Bye-bye. Bye now. Bye. Bye.